Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monticello Sports Live and to Dean Nelson Field, where we are live tonight here. We got some district football action on the way. Monticello taking on the Union Knights coming out of LaPorte City tonight. It should be a good one. We got more on the way here. We'll talk to the rest of the crew here in just a few seconds. Oh man, I'm excited. Nothing like playoff football. It's a little chilly out here. It's a good time. The atmosphere is just different as we welcome you up into the booth. A little different crew than what you see normally. I'm Jeff Carlson. With me here tonight is a good buddy, Graham Schneider. Graham, it's nice seeing you. I'll get to you in just a minute here. But as well, we got Ben Oswald in the back doing your stats. I'd like to shout out Steve Carlson for doing the Panther Stats Wranglers. Always also like to shout out Tim Lambert, Kim Carlson, Michael Robertson, the Monticello Boosters for setting this whole thing up. bringing it to you. As in the background, we can hear the intro song for the Panthers, and this song just makes me want to run through a wall every time, Graham. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's one of the best intro songs I think you can have for football. Enter Sandman, especially just this first part, is just iconic when it comes to entrance. I mean, I think Virginia Tech enters to it, and
Yes,
that
sir.
stadium gets rocking.
Dude, they all
for
start
it.
jumping.
All
Oh,
start
man.
jumping, start shaking. It is
Hey,
electric.
If you need to run through a wall ever, go watch Enter Sandman
Yeah,
Virginia
Virginia
Tech
Tech.
entrance, and it'll get you there. I promise.
Mhm.
Everybody's it's great.
That's
It's great.
one entrance I do want to see before I die. There's a lot of things that I want to see in college football and our experience,
facts.
and that's definitely high on the
It's
list
facts.
for me. I don't even care about the game. I just want to go to the entrance.
That's facts. I would go to like Wisconsin just to see him jump around in
Yes.
the third quarter, but that's not what people came here to see, Graham.
Nope.
What do we got for tonight's game? It should be a good one. What are we looking for here tonight, Graham?
I think what we're looking for here is I think it's going to be a big, high-paced shootout type game. Both offenses very heavy pass and have a lot of electric playmakers. Obviously, for Monticello, quarterback Preston Reese has been phenomenal all year, and Caleb Sauser at wide receiver leading the state in passing yards. So those are your two big playmakers, but I think we're going to need a big game out of Tate Peterson. I think it's going to be a lot of targets for him, and he's going to have to step up and really just be a phenomenal number 2 option for Reese.
Yeah, I think him and Peyton Schilling are going to have a great game tonight, as well as Ian Weber on the other side. Everyone knows about Caleb Sauser. He reminds me of like a Devonta Adams. Everyone knows he's there, but can you stop him? That's yet to be seen. I haven't seen anyone who has stopped him yet, so it'll be interesting to see what else you got, Grant.
I think on the other side of the ball, the Panthers are going to have to avoid getting burnt. They're really going to have to gang tackle and swarm to the football and play good, solid team defense. Quarterback for Union, quarterback number 13, Grant Barons, over 2,000 passing yards this season, 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. And he's just going to keep the ball out of harm's way. And watching him in warm-ups was throwing good passes.
He looked good. Let me tell you that. That's a beautiful spiral that he's got there. He's putting it on the money, and it's every time looking effortless out there. That's what we like to see. Nothing like a good old QB battle out here.
QB battle. That's modern football for you. High scoring, high fast-paced offense, and it's a fun one to watch for sure.
So I may have been wrong earlier when I said that the music was playing for the Panthers entrance now.
No, yeah, I think this is
It is For Whom the Bell Tolls. It always is.
Always is For Whom
I
the
was
Bell
wrong.
Tolls.
But that song also makes me want to run through a wall. But, before we get into the game here, let's do some sportsmanship announcements, The Iowa High School Athletic Association would like to take this opportunity to remind you that sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, schools, and those around you. Good sportsmanship shows character, accountability, and sets a positive example on and off the field. The IHSAA thanks you for being a good sport. For tonight's game, as you see the Panthers take the field here, we have a minute 23 left to go here. Let me read this last one here. We got to do this. The state wants us to. The Iowa High School Athletic Association needs your help to add registered sports officials this school year. Officials are needed at all levels in all IHSAA sanctioned sports. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader. And in Iowa, high school and junior high games can't take place without them. Visit www.ihsaa.org/officials or highschoolofficials.com for more information. Help the IHSAA add one today. Me and my good buddy Chase, who's usually up here, we were baseball umps this summer. It was a good time. I highly recommend if you're not in the game, to do that. But we got the national anthem coming your way in 40 seconds here from D. Nelson Field. I'll kind of just casually stall until then. Like to do our booster sponsors tonight. Above and Beyond and Advantage Home Medical in Monticello. They're committed to their customers and ensuring they are getting the supplies and services they need to stay safe and healthy. I'd like to thank them as we get set for the national anthem.
Good evening. We'd like to have everybody please stand and remove your hat while the Monticello drill team, with the help of the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts, raises their flag for the playing of our national anthem.
I'd like to thank the Monticello Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts as well as the drill team for raising the flag tonight. Also like to give a shout out to our camera woman tonight, Kim Carlson. She's doing the amazing camera work you see, and that's a great picture we got there. Just the flag sitting alone in between the uprights. It's a great view we got up here, and it's a nice view of the field here. We'd like to shout out to the grounds crew for making this baby look. She looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks nice and clean, and so do the Panthers rocking the all-black uniforms.
Yeah.
I love them. Very clean, very sleek. Looks like they're ready to get down to business. The Union on the other side rocking the red pants with the white uniforms, red letters with looks like some black trim.
All right, Graham, it's time for keys to the game. What are you thinking here?
Keys to the game, Panthers, don't get burned over top on defense and gang tackle. And then on offense, you got to run through your stars and run through your star players in Preston Reese, Caleb Sauser, and Tate Peterson. But more than that, you got to win in the trenches, especially in these colder games. Airing the ball out might not be your best option, and sometimes you just got to grind it out, ground and pound. So winning in the trenches with the offensive and defensive line is going to be crucial.
It ain't always pretty, but if you get it done, you get it done. And boy, are we excited to see who comes out on top here at Dean Nelson Field tonight. We thank you for tuning in to Monticello Sports Live. Once again, like to give a shout out to the beautiful camera we have here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful quality, Graham. Look at that.
It's wonderful. We got a nice view of the coin toss. Looks like Monticello gets to receive the opening kick. Captain's shaking hands, and we are about to kick it off here. First round of State 2A Iowa playoff football.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I'd like to thank Benny for doing our stats back there. I think I said that earlier, right?
It's a thankless job.
Yeah. And he doesn't get a lot of the things. He's kind of sitting where he can't see the field either. Not the best position to be for a stats man, but nonetheless, here we are. I'd like to thank you, Benny. So, Benny might also come up on the mic here tonight. He's got one on as we are in lack of some commentators. You know, Chase Sternhagen, our good buddy, is not here, but he says skull pans in the comments.
He's alive in chat.
He is
and
alive.
in spirit.
We miss you, Chase. Get back soon, buddy.
I think Benny needs some airtime today.
Benny does need some airtime. We'll hear from him. Hopefully, he's got some good nuggets of information, some pithy nuggets, as they say.
Got to give the people what they want.
They want Benny.
People want Benny. I've heard anything from this Panther audience here and this Panther crowd, they want some Ben Oswald in their life right now.
All right, as both teams are getting set to take the field here to kick off district football, we got the classic.
Start Me Up, my favorite pregame song.
Every time after the national anthem, without fail here in Monticello.
I remember during baseball season, every time after the national anthem, I look up into the booth and wait for Todd to hit play on that. It's just my favorite.
It happens every time. Football might have been my favorite time to hear it, though. I'm not going to lie.
Sure. Nothing like
Kind of gets you locked in. It's not my favorite song in the world. It's very repetitive and quite honestly useless outside of the sports world, in my opinion. But nonetheless, a great song. Shout out to the Rolling Stones.
Looks like Union's kicker number 68, Brock Rosika, sophomore. See what kind of leg he's got. Go for it. Prepares to send it off, and here we go. Kick,
high end over end
little
kick.
to the left. Caught. Tate Peterson cuts up the middle.
Just out to the 31-yard line where he's tripped up there on the play by number 38. Nope, that's 68. I can't even tell anymore. It'll be 1st and 10 Panthers from the 31 as they get set. And that offense capable of doing some damage. It will be interesting to see how that Union defense responds.
Yeah, Wes Wilson in his traditional gun set to open up the game.
Design QB power right up the middle. Preston Reese finding some room there. He's finally tackled after about a 6-7 yard gain. They'll give him 7 down to the 38-yard line. That was a good tackle there by Gibson Purdy, who went low and just was able to drag him to the ground.
And I like the opening play call from Wes Wilson, going on the ground and got to try and establish that run game. If you can establish it early, that'll open up the passing game later in the game.
A little read option. Reese makes something out of nothing there. And he's able to get about 3 yards, just enough for a first down, it looks like. We'll see how the officials, they're going to give him the first down here. That was a great play by Reese. Looked like he was going to be stuffed behind the line. But like you said, Graham, big backs in the winter, and Preston Reese, he's a big back, hard to bring down. And once you get him rolling, it's hard to tackle in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Snap to Reese. Drops. Fires over the middle, and that's intercepted by Max Eikamp at the 47-yard line of the Union Knights. So a big play on the first pass play for the Panthers. Preston Reese is intercepted by Max Eikamp, the senior. A great play over the middle. He just read that the Panthers were looking for the seam.
Definitely not the start that you're looking for if you're Monticello, but it just really if you prove that you're a good team here, you come back and you get a stop right here and stuff them.
Yeah, some good starting field position here for the Union Knights. It'll be interesting to see how their stud quarterback by the name of Grant Behrens can respond here. Little motion across. We got 3 receivers to the left now. Snap to Behrens. Little QB power for them as well, and he's running over defenders for about an 8-yard gain into Panther territory down to the Panther 44-yard line.
Yeah, much like Monticello, their quarterback Grant Behrens is their leading rusher here. He's got 73 rushing attempts and leads them in yards. So you're going to see a lot of that tonight, I think.
Not afraid to lower the shoulder and lay the wood either.
No, not unlike NFL and college football. Quarterbacks in high school like to lower their shoulder and get things done.
We're going to have a offsides here. Not a false start. It'll be on Owen Thomas there. Got a little, saw the motion, maybe got a little happy there. But nonetheless, that'll give the Knights a first down, a free first down. You can't have that.
As a former D lineman, you see any motion back there, and your immediate instinct is to just go for it. So just definitely something I can relate to a little bit. But especially in a big game like this, you got to try to stick to your keys and play off the ball, especially at nose.
So the Knights now 1st and 10 from the Panther 39-yard line. Behrens in shotgun. Fakes the little play action here. Steps up in the pocket. Fires over the middle. Great deflection by Caleb Sauser. That was intended for Michael Niebergall. That's going to be a matchup to watch all night long. Sauser, Niebergall, the 2 top receivers on their respective teams. And that's going to be a good one. I'm excited for that.
It's going to be a slugfest out at corner and safety. You got both Sausers on one side against Niebergall, their leading receiver. And you just got to focus and key in on that matchup.
That was a
crucial one.
That was a great deflection there by Sauser. Made a great late break on that ball.
Just a phenomenal athlete in general.
Good pass there to Niebergall again, and this time it's caught, and he'll have a gain of about 6 yards down to the Panther 33-yard line. So they're getting him going early.
Nice hit by Sauser there. Just didn't wrap up immediately, allowed him to get maybe a yard or 2 more. But it looks like that Union is trying to target their studs early, much like Monticello tries to. So we'll see if they can try and put the cap on the bottle here and stuff them in the red zone once they get there.
QB dive for the first down, but he's going to be short. That'll bring up 4th down and about 1 from the Panther, just outside the Panther 30-yard line.
In high school football, this is definitely 4-down territory. I mean, you need a yard. You've been gaining it pretty well on the ground so far. I think they stick to it and go maybe a quarterback power here. And get
I would be surprised if we don't see anything if we see anything but a QB power. One thing is if they stack that box, wouldn't be surprised to see an RPO slant out of Niebergall like we saw on that 2nd down play. Snap to Behrens. He's going to take it himself. He's going to have enough for the first down, but only just. He'll get about 2 yards.
Ground and pound in the trenches. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. They pick up the first down and move within the 30 of Monticello's territory. Let's see if the Panther defense can really just stand up and get a stop here.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. We talked about it, getting stops against this big high-scoring game we might see, and Union able to start off strong. Behrens takes the snap, fires a screen out to Niebergall, who drops it. Looked like a little high and to the left for him.
Well, I see out of Niebergall, I think he's a lot similar to Caleb Sauser. Not the biggest guy, but just fast and a great athlete and super difficult to bring down in the open field. So I think that's just one of the guys they're going to have to gang tackle around because you do not want to get him in open space one-on-one.
Yeah, especially in that slot, he's going to be dangerous to cover with your safeties. Behrens in the shotgun now. Takes the snap. Hands it off for the first time this game. And finding some running room, that's number 11. That'll be Jordan Fisher. They kind of have a running back by committee here.
Yeah, both Jordan Fisher and Tyler Wilson both carry the ball about equally as much for this Union team. Both, I think, 43 carries on the year and about similar yards. So they have a bit of a timeshare going on in the backfield.
So it'll be third down at about 6 for the Union Knights here on their opening possession. They're 0 for 1, I believe, on conversions. A little rollout, looking deep, and incomplete. We're going to have 2 penalties on the play. Don't know what the first one is, but I'm pretty sure I could tell you what the second one is.
Based on where that first referee threw the flag and what he's signaling now,
Yeah, it's going to be holding.
I think it's going to be a holding and a pass interference, so I think they're going to offset and probably replay the down, if that's what high school rules are.
I think they are. We'll get the call from the official, possibly,
In time.
as they get it all sorted out here.
Holding against the Knights, pass interference against the
Yep, those
Panthers.
will offset, and we'll replay third down and 6. So a well-designed play there, a little flood concept with a rollout there. Get your QB in space and let your playmakers make plays.
And I like that Monticello, as soon as that quarterback Barron started to roll out, they sent one of their linebackers to go bring pressure. And it really allows that game plan, and the key that they're on is to put pressure on him and make him get it out of his hands quickly because he is one of their best playmakers.
Little jet motion here. Fakes the jet to Niebergall. A screen, that's a well-designed screen. And finding some room down to about first down yardage. It will be enough for the first down. Gains about 6. That was Max Eikamp who had the interception earlier. A well-designed fake jet screen. Those you can see 3 Panthers screaming upfield there.
Monticello's defensive line not get home as they are taught, and it's a very hard thing to do. Once you see that quarterback drop back, you just want to go get him, but you got to stay home if you're unblocked.
Little orbit motion from Niebergall. Hand off now to the right side, and a great tackle there. That's Rylan Cooper making the tackle on Jordan Fisher. A good one-on-one tackle on the outside, and that's a gain of 1 yard there. So it'll be second down and 9 here for the Knights.
I'd say Rylan Cooper is one of our better open field tacklers. He's not the biggest guy, but he just gets in there and isn't afraid to take down anybody.
Right, he's so quick when he shoots those legs. It's hard to stiff arm him as well.
You always want one of those guys on your team.
It's facts. A little design QB run left, finding some room there, and trucking down to the 10-yard line. That's Grant Behrens. That'll be a gain of about 7 yards. It'll be third and 3. Sorry, that'll be about 6 yards.
You know, one of our keys to the game was the trenches, and it looks like Union is getting a good push up front on these quarterback power plays. And I think that if they can keep that up, it's going to be very difficult for the Panthers to come back. Let's see if the Panthers defensive line can make an adjustment.
The third down here for the Union Knights. The Panthers have done a good job getting to third down and even getting them down on third down like they do here. It'll be a loss of 1 yard, but we'll see how this Union team wants to play this, if they want to kick or if they want to go for it. Coach is signaling that they're going to go for it here.
I mean, you have about 4 yards to go, and the kicker didn't look overly great in warm-ups. So I like this play call early, trying to swing momentum.
I do as well. And if all else fails, you give the Panthers the ball at their own 11.
Yeah. And showing in the offense they can make mistakes, it's not necessarily the worst thing.
Empty set here for the Union Knights. Now some motion. A little fake jet sweep right up the middle. That's Behrens down to the goal line. And he'll be down at about the 2-yard line. 2 or 1. I can't tell where they mark him from here. But that's enough for the first down. And that's just a good action there from the Union Knights.
Once again, in the trenches, Union Knights opened up a nice hole for Behrens there, and he just ran straight through it.
Might see that same action here, but the give this time. Nope, the same exact action. Behrens down to the goal line, and they're going to give him the touchdown. So the Knights score first here. Scores 6-0. That is a good-looking drive there. A couple key third down conversions.
Just an efficient drive. You know, getting a couple yards every play and just slowly moving the ball. Took up a lot of time off the clock, and that's what you want to do against a high-powered offense like the Panthers. Keep them off the field.
You know, that drive, they were, 1 for 3 on third downs? They had 2 fourth down conversions there that set up this touchdown by Behrens. Extra point is up, and it is good off of the foot of Brock Ruzicka.
7-0 here, and the Panthers playing in a three-front, traditional 3-4 defense. Sometimes it's harder to stop the run if you only have 3 down linemen. So I think it's a big testament further in this game if the Panther linebackers can come up and hit the gaps hard and stop that running attack because they have to be the playmakers in this game.
You know, the thing I would say to that is our linebackers do fly around, and one person who's going to have a great game tonight is A.J. Phelps.
For sure.
We've called his name all year long. He's one of the Panthers' leading tacklers, and he's going to have himself a great game. He's had a great sophomore campaign so far, and he's going to have to, even if it's just plugging holes, you know, that front line, they're going to have to plug holes, and then the linebackers are going to have to do the same thing, and then your safeties are going to have to come make plays as well.
Oh, for sure. In that scheme, you have a 3-on-5 down at the line of scrimmage, and there's going to be holes and there's going to be gaps that need to be filled. And so I think Preston Reese and A.J. Phelps are going to have a great game in the middle.
Well, Reese is on the outside.
Well, they're both linebackers, Jeff.
That is true. It'll be interesting to see if Panthers dial up some more pressure or what they decide to run here in that second possession. But
I think, first of all, you got to take care of the football. An early interception like that sometimes can derail a team. But just if you want to be a good team, if you want to make a big run in September, sorry, it's October now, but want to make a big run in October and November and get to the Dome, you need to bounce back from early mistakes and don't let them define the game.
I agree with that. We're going to see, they call it poise all the time. They talk about it in college a lot. We're going to see just how much poise this Panther team has as the kick is shorter this time, fielded by Sauser trying to get to the outside, evades a couple tacklers up to about the 30-yard line before he's driven out of bounds by 74, who doesn't have a name on here, and 55, Dakota Marvitz.
I don't know why you would kick to him. I mean, he's proven it for the past couple of years now, and especially on offense, if you just watch his highlights, how explosive of a playmaker he is. If I was a special teams coach planning for it, I'd kick it away from him every time.
I would too. So the Panthers start at the 36-yard line. Two receivers right. Reese and shotgun. Pass to the outside to Sauser. Sauser makes a move inside. Now back outside. Evades tacklers. And he's up to about midfield. Let's see where they mark him. Just shy of midfield. That'll be enough for a Panther first down, though. A gain of about, what was that? 13? 14.
13 or 14.
Yeah.
First down. Officials timeout here.
They might be switching balls.
Calling for a different football. And it shows it there. Caleb Sauser makes two people miss. If he was on the other side or had a little more room to the outside, I mean, he could have taken it all the way. Just a dangerous playmaker. Obviously leads the state in receiving yards across all classes. So you just really got to put him at the top of your list as far as defensive game plan.
Big difference this week as Reese runs to the left side, trying to get to the outside, but nothing doing there. Play made by Dakota Marvitz. Sauser's playing the outside, not playing the slot like he normally does. It'll be interesting to see if the Panthers continue this or what we'll see out of that.
Well, Wes Wilson and the coaching staff, they must have seen something on tape and see, maybe a less than stellar corner out there.
Well, he's playing off about 15 yards. That might be it here as the Panthers go trips right. Reese stepping up in the pocket, and he's going to not go down. He's going to stay on his feet into Union Knights territory. I don't know how he got out of that, to be honest with you. I thought he was down.
Artist. Absolute Houdini type play from Preston Reese, evades the pressure. Not necessarily evades, but just escapes.
He did the old John Elway duck.
The old John Elway duck and dip and
dodge, duck, dip, dive.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. The 5 rules of escaping a pocket.
So the Panthers in trio right bunch here at the Union 48-yard line. Go with the hard count, but Union didn't jump far enough to get off sides there. So the Panthers might have to burn a timeout here. Coach Wilson signaling for a play now. It's 3rd and about 8. Got 2 seconds left on the play clock. Yeah, there's going to be a delay of game penalty.
Wes Wilson not happy on the sideline. Maybe he wanted to play. Was mad at his offense for not picking it up, but regardless, it's going to be a 3rd and very long for the Panthers now.
All right, it'll be about 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13.
3rd and 7 is a lot more manageable than 3rd and 12, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of play call the Panthers dial up.
It looked like I liked the original call to try and draw them off sides there, but they only had, 7 seconds after that original try, and trying to get a play called from then. I mean, even now they got 7 seconds right now. And they go 2 receivers left and right. Reese straight drop. Fires to the right side. Caught by Peterson somehow. Stays on his feet. Trying to get the first down. Loses the ball. It'll go out of bounds. And it'll be short of the first down. Peterson did a great job staying on his feet there, but loses the ball at the end of that play.
Just seeing Tate Peterson in all sports, he's just super evasive, super shifty. You cannot get a read on him when he's moving like that. In a four down territory here.
It'll be 4th and 1 for the Panthers. It's going to be QB Power. There it is. QB Power. Reese finding some room. Reese breaking tackles into the second level and down to the Union Knight 25. And the Panthers finally have some momentum going here. Tackle by Jordan Fisher and Michael Niebergall.
Well, 4th down, you put it in the hands of your best players, and I think Preston Reese is one of our bigger playmakers. And just tell him, give him the ball, get a yard.
Reese, the little draw this time for the QB. Still up, still finding some room. He's got about 5 yards down to the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from about there. They're going to give him, yeah, I can't even tell what the yard line they're on anymore.
Something with it between the 20.
They're going to call it 2nd and 3 from the 19. So Reese drops back. Little bubble screen for Sauser. Sauser makes a move to the inside. Sauser on his feet to the end zone.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Touchdown, Panthers. And that's what we talked about. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers. All it takes is a bubble screen. Caleb Sauser makes a man miss. And it's a 7-6 ball game pending the extra point here.
And it's just an interesting play call, and I love it by Wes Wilson running a screen to, I think, the boundary side, which you don't see very often. Usually on a screen, you want to get him to the wide side of the field and get him open in space. But with Caleb Sauser, any space is enough space to have him take it to the house, and that's what he just showed.
Castillo back in the lineup for the Panthers this week. He was missing for a couple weeks, but I'm sure they're glad to have him back kicking extra points especially.
Number 62, Lucas Barczyk, late getting on the field for the PAT. May have to rush the snap. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Snap is back. Hold kick is up.
Everything is good.
Good.
Good snap. Beautiful snap.
Thing of perfection right there. But back to our conversation about that touchdown. We were talking about it earlier with Sauser playing on the outside. They ran a little hitch. That D-back's playing about 10, 15 yards off, and they're going to get Sauser in space, and Sauser in space against a D-back, a safety of any kind. I think Coach Wilson and I personally would take that matchup any day, even with Niebergall in the back.
Even with that, I mean, one-on-one, I'll take Caleb Sauser 100 times out of 100, and he will make anybody miss on a tackle. It's the beautiful play call. So 7-7 here. Good return by the Panthers, and just a good drive all around and a great response to an early mistake and a touchdown let up on defense. And let's see if they can keep the momentum going and get a stop.
Yeah, both teams converting on 4th down when they needed to, not necessarily on 3rd down. It's just that's the game. The game within the game. You gotta get across midfield, then you can start going for those 4th downs.
It's high school 2A football, so generally you don't have the most stellar punter that can put him within the 15 or the 10 every time. But why would you?
When you can put it in
when
the
you
hands
can put
of
it in the
your best
hands
player.
of Preston Reese
Yeah.
and let him get a yard.
Exactly.
Odds are he'll come through for you.
Castillo to kick off here for the Panthers. Back deep is Niebergall, along with who is that? Jordan? What's his last name? Jordan Fisher. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. Castillo's kick, high, deep, end over end kick, fielded at about the 8-yard line by Fisher. Fisher running to the near side. And finally dragged down, I shouldn't say finally, at about the 19-yard line, the 18-yard line as well. They'll spot it. And the Union Knights, long way to go here. But we'll see how this offense, who was able to churn out a drive, we'll see how they do with 2:45 let's play in the quarter.
Beautiful special teams play. And as a former specialist myself, watching everybody run their lanes and go hawk down that ball carrier was just a beautiful sight.
And it allowed Gage Guilford to get that tackle, I believe, right, buddy? He really has had a great year on special teams. And a great year overall.
Unsung heroes on special teams.
He really is. So the snap. Barron's rolling left. Surveys. Fires deep. He's got a man. That's Niebergall. Pass deflected by Caleb Sauser. And what did we say earlier?
5-on-2. That's going to be the matchup to watch all night long. And a great defensive play by Sauser. Knew that he got beat by a step or two and realized he had to play the ball. And as soon as he saw the way that I would play it, and I assume that he did, as soon as he saw his eyes open up, made a punch upwards at his hands.
Yeah, face guarding is legal here in high school football, and Caleb Sauser, that's textbook right there. I think that was Caleb Sauser. It might have been Tate Peterson. I think that was Sauser, though.
I believe it was Caleb Sauser.
Snap to Barons in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Fires. Left side. Nearly picked. Who was that? Was that Gage Guilford?
Peyton Schilling, I think.
Schilling had a shot at it. I'm talking about the first one.
Oh, no.
I could watch
I
it
was
back.
watching Schilling.
Might have been AJ Phelps, too. Someone over here on this right side, this near side.
Made a play.
It was almost a big play for the Panthers here, and they would have been in plus territory.
Interesting to see Union go for 2 straight passes on first and second down when they've been running the ball well.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and long now. We'll see how they line up. They got trio right with the tight end left side as well. Barons on the designed rollout. Fires left side through the hands and intercepted by Connor Sauser. Running across the middle. And now dragged down by a bunch of Union Knights. But the damage has been done. Connor Sauser is hyped, and that defense is hyped.
What a great play, just following the ball, even off of a deflection to make the interception, and a good return there, getting the ball within the 30-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, it'll be just on the end zone side of the 25-yard line. That's where Reese and the Panther offense will take over. Straight drop for Reese. Fires left, a little low for Schilling. And like I said, that D-back depth, it'll be interesting to see if they, towards the end of the game start creeping up. And if they do, hit them over the top. That's when you start seeing it. But it's gonna be a good chess match, I would say.
And on the opposite side of that, if you're an offensive coach like Wes Wilson who wants to put massive points on the board, are you going to get impatient taking 5 yards?
I don't think he is. As Sauser makes a man miss, makes another man miss. He's wrestled down, dragging defenders down to about the 6-yard line. I don't think you can get impatient when you got that.
No.
On the receiving end of a hitch.
And it helps with that, if you have players that can make 2 guys miss every play and turn 5 yards into 15 or 20, it's definitely going to help that game plan and make it easier on your offense.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line here. And we got an offsides, I believe. That's number 87, Logan Rosauer.
Yeah, sophomore linebacker. Looks like, at least on the score sheet, it looks like he was lined up on the D line.
He's got a big frame. He can run well. We saw him. He drew that pass interference down on the goal line earlier. He's going to be a big part of that Union offense for years to come.
With the ball down on the floor, you have to think the Panthers might run it here.
And they indeed do. Reese trying to drive the pile. We got a flag out.
Where it was thrown, I can only think a hold.
I can as well. The back judge threw that.
Had a good view of it.
We got a hold on the offense. And that's, you can't have those, especially down here at the goal line.
Because it takes a much more manageable 4 yards to go and turns it into a potential 15 or 14, or whatever it is going to be now.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 14-yard line, I believe. Or the 17, maybe. I don't know. It depends where they spot.
But on the flip side of that, it does open up your offensive playbook now that you have a little more room to operate.
I agree. Going heavy set here.
Watch right on down.
Reverse to Caleb Sauser. And the Union Knights sniffed that one out really well.
Well covered by Union there. Staying home, reading their keys, and waiting for Sauser as he came to the line of scrimmage. Just a well cover.
2nd and goal from the 10 here for the Panthers. They try to punch it in. We're tied 7-7 with just over a minute to play here in the first half of this district football game. And a good one so far.
For sure. Very exciting first quarter here. 2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns, and potentially a 3rd coming here.
Panthers in that spread offense again. Straight drop for Reese. Looking over the middle. Now decides to run it himself. Trying to find some room on that left side. And he gets stood up at about
5.
The 5-yard line is where they're going to mark him down, as we are under a minute now to play in this first quarter. Niebergall in on that tackle for the Union Knights. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5.
3rd and goal from the 5. What do you think they're going to go here? They think they're going to go run or pass?
I would think sprint out here out of this set.
I think you got to roll Reese out and give him a chance to make a play with his legs.
Hey, look, it's a sprint out. Reese being dragged down, throws it. Caught by Lucas Barticek.
Illegal play. You can't do that. He's not an eligible receiver. That's going to be a penalty on the Panthers.
It'll be interesting to see if Union wants to accept this or decline this. Who was that shot through? I didn't even see who was.
They blitzed an outside linebacker. I did see. I think number 87 blitzed off the edge.
Right, he was on that far side. I thought that was 70-something on the, I don't know, I can't tell anymore. But a great job by that Union defense. They were shooting their gaps. An eligible receiver, I don't know the actual words for it. Illegal participation, that's what we're going to call it.
As a lineman, you know, that's your one moment of glory, and it's illegal.
Right.
It's not a fun experience.
Is that a move back and loss of down?
It
or
is a
third
move
down?
back and loss of down illegal procedure. So they're going to bring out Christian Castillo for a field goal.
Yeah, this is going to be about a 34-yard field goal from the right hash here for Castillo. And he's had a good year so far. All-district kicker last year. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it looks good from here. And the kick is good. Castillo hammers it through the uprights.
A rare field goal attempt by the Monticello Panthers. When you have a kicker like Castillo who can make those, you're going to take that every time.
So the Panthers come away with 3 points after the interception, but a good job by that Union defense to stand up there, stand up strong, and only give up 3. So it's a 3-point ball game with 21 seconds left to play in this first.
For sure. And once you get within the red zone, everyone thinks it's easier because you're closer, when in fact it's a lot harder because your options become so limited on offense because of the lack of room you have.
I agree.
So let's see if the Panthers can keep up the defensive presence and get another stop and put the offense back on the field.
Yeah, I think it starts on first down for the Panthers. We saw the Union get away from that run on first down. It put them in second and long, third and long, and that's when you're going to see the mistakes. You're going to see the forced throws from these high school quarterbacks. You know, we talked about it earlier, but Barron's not usually one to force one. So it'll be interesting to see how this Union team responds from adversity as well.
It was only Barron's 5th interception on the year, and I'm excited to see if Wes Wilson continues to stick with the short passes and giving his receivers a chance or tries to take a big shot.
I think he will until he sees that those D-backs are going to fly up and start playing up on those receivers.
In a district game like this, you got to stay patient and pick your spots.
Kickoff pending from Castillo. Some yells from the crowd.
And the war cry from Owen Thomas, if I remember from last season, he always yells, hit somebody.
Some room on the outside. Joran Fisher breaking tackles, cuts it back to the inside, and finally dragged down at the Panther 41-yard line. Joran Fisher, a great return by the Union Knights to set him up in plus territory already.
If I was watching what I thought it was, I think some of the Monticello coverage guys got out of their lanes, and that opened up a big hole. You have to stay disciplined no matter what you see on kickoff.
We talked about it last time. They did a great job, and just that's a blown kickoff coverage right there, and Union took advantage of it.
And I would like to apologize to David Wickman, who is the one who yells hit somebody. I referenced it to Owen Thomas. Big apologies to Big D there.
So Barons and the Union offense. Straight drop for Barons. Surveys, fires downfield, a deep ball for Niebergall and incomplete. And guess who's right there next to him? Caleb Sauser.
Oh, that is going to be the matchup they're going to want to take all night. So it's a big responsibility on him to play both sides of the ball extremely well. He's got to make plays on offense, try and score, and then prevent their best weapon, number 5, to score. It's a big ask, but as a senior who's played a lot of varsity football and been in a lot of big games, I trust him.
And he's a competitor as well. We know he likes to compete. He likes to be the best. So I have no doubts that he's looking forward to this matchup. Playing basically against himself. Hand off to Fisher, trying to find some room on that right side, but that Panther defense standing tall. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And like we talked about, 3rd down and long situation, this Panther defense flies around well.
That's exactly what those linebackers needed to do. Linebackers came up, filled the hole as soon as it formed, and forced the running back to bounce outside right into the waiting arms of the outside linebacker. Just a great defensive play by the Panthers.
I agree. We'd like to take this time to thank our booster sponsors above and our broadcast sponsors, not our booster sponsors. I may have said that wrong earlier as well. I apologize. Our booster sponsors tonight, Above and Beyond. Gosh, I said it again. I've been saying it all day, like all year. So I apologize once again. Our broadcast sponsors, there we go, Above and Beyond and Advantage Home Medical. They're open for business 9 to 4 daily, practicing safe social distancing and ready to assist in any way. We'd like to thank them. We welcome you up into the booth. I'm Jeff Carlson. With me is Graham Schneider. Ben Oswald doing your stats back there. Shout out to Steve Carlson for setting that whole thing up. Kim Carlson's doing your video. She's doing a great job. Shout out to her as well. Graham, what are we thinking after quarter one?
I'm thinking after quarter one, it's going to be more of the same. A big offensive game, and I think it's going to come down to which team makes the least amount of mistakes.
I agree. We've seen 2 turnovers already, 1 by each team, and I think it'll come down to that as well. Who can have the last possession? You know, is what they say in the football world and NFL. You know, that's what it comes down to. But in high school, I think it's who can have the most takeaways, who can limit the big plays, and who can come out on top.
It's been a pretty balanced game so far. Both teams control the ball for relatively the same amount of time, and I think it's just going to come down, like you said, just whoever has the ball last or which team can get a timely stop. And let's see if the Panthers can get one here.
I agree. So the second quarter starts. It's Union ball, 3rd down and 10. And they'll go 2 receivers left with a tight end on that side as well. On a 3rd and 10. A little motion here. A give to number 11. That's Jordan Fisher once again. He gets about half the yards back. They'll give him about 4 yards. It'll be 4th down and about 6 from the Panther 36-yard line here. It'll be interesting to see what this Union team wants to do.
And I do like that play call on 3rd down because if you are planning on going for it regardless there, just try and make it more of a manageable 4th down.
You just got to get something back. That's all they say.
And the Panthers really got to shoot that. The outside linebacker on that right side of the Panther defense did a great job forcing it back in, but no one was waiting in that gap. If they can get someone to fill that, it'll be a big-time loss or a tackle for no gain.
So Union currently 100% on 4th down. Rolls out, fires to Niebergall, and that's caught, and that should be enough for a 1st down. Down to the Panther 26-yard line.
But
Barons to Niebergall.
But a great open field tackle there. I mean, as soon as he gets the ball, there's somebody waiting to make that tackle, and that's what you got to do. If he does get the ball, can't let him make big plays.
Yeah, I think on 3rd and 4th down, we know where Barons is going to go if they have to pass it. And obvious passing downs, it'll be interesting to see with Schilling on him right now if they go to him again. They instead keep it on the ground, and a great tackle by
Owen Thomas, shooting through the gap at that nose spot. Just dominating the line of scrimmage and making a phenomenal tackle for loss.
He just tossed Jordan Fisher like it was nothing.
In a 3-front, that, coming from my experience, getting a tackle for loss in the 3-front, better than a sack.
As a lineman, too.
As a lineman, too. Because your job in that scheme is just to hold your gap.
Right.
And especially on those outside runs, if you got people trying to take steps, if you're quick enough, it's super easy to get in those gaps, cause a lot of problems.
A little misdirection pass there by the Union Knights, and that's corralled by Logan Rosauer, the sophomore. We talked about him. He might have a big game, and that was a little window dressing there from the Union Knights.
Logan Rosauer only 17 receptions on this season, but is technically their 3rd leading receiver. So you can tell that if his 1st and 2nd reads aren't open, he's going to try and look there.
1st and 10 Knights. The Panthers.
I'm surprised we have yet to see a lot of Max Akamp in the passing game. So.
Yeah, they Rosauer had that last catch, Benny, but Icamp or Acamp, whatever, however you say his name, if you know how to say his name, please tell us. We don't want to say it
Put
wrong.
it in chat.
Yeah, but he got that screen for a big yardage earlier. As we see Barons take the snap and take a QB power for about, I don't know where they're going to spot him. They'll give him 3 yards maybe.
Looks like Union trying to get back to that running game that they had success with. Now that they've kind of had success passing the ball, it's going to help them get those Panther D-backs and linebackers to more respect the passing game and open it up for the run.
2nd and 7 from the 8-yard line here for the Union Knights. Snap, a little read option, pulling guards, and Barons driving the pile
near the goal line.
It'll be 3rd down and about 1, I believe, after a gain of 6.
This is the time where the D-line has to make a play. They have to get penetration because you can only expect that they're going to go back to the ground after 2 solid running plays. So I look to Owen Thomas, Caden Sternhagen, and the rest of the Panther defensive line to get some pressure and get some penetration up front.
I agree. I wouldn't be surprised to see a QB power here.
It's been working all game.
There it is. Barons to the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. And we have ourselves a ball game, lads. I mean, it's always been a ball game.
Always been close.
Back and forth, another lead change. The Panthers scored 10 unanswered, and the Knights answer back. That's a big-time drive there.
Putting the ball in the air to start and then finishing it off on the ground. Just solid all-around football from the Knights.
Yeah, it all started with that big kick return. So special teams, we've seen it multiple times this game. Special teams getting that tackle by the Panthers kickoff team.
Oh, there's a big
Block.
special teams play on the edge by Caleb Sauser blocking the kick.
So it's a 3-point ball game.
3-point ball game, and that's huge if you have a good kicker like Castillo. A 3-point deficit is a lot more manageable than a 4-point one.
Yeah, you just got to get within 20, even 30 if
Even
it comes
30
down
yards.
to it.
Give him a shot.
Give them a shot. That's all it takes. But great special teams play there. Started off with some great special teams by the Union Knights and then ended by the special teams of the Panthers.
Unsung heroes of the game are special teams, and they can swing momentum very quickly.
Especially with a pretty even offensive stat line like we have tonight. Both teams pretty evenly matched on the offensive and defensive sides.
Yeah, Panthers have 110 total yards of offense right now, and trail in time of possession. About 5 minutes 40 seconds for the Panthers. Union Knights 9 minutes 14 seconds of time of possession and have less yards, but yet they're winning. And that's sometimes just how football goes.
That is how football goes. That's why we love it, though.
That's why I love. It's a crazy game.
You could outrush, outpass, and still lose.
Like I believe it was the Cowboys Patriots game last
Yep.
week. Patriots had very little total yards of offense, yet were in it and forced overtime and nearly won.
Yeah, the Cowboys were putting the ball all over the place, except in the end zone.
Patriots were just hanging in there like a typical Belichick team.
Yeah, that's what happens when you let a team hang in as well.
Let's see if we can get another good special teams play out of the Monticello Panthers with Peterson and Sauser back deep.
The Knights looking for a good special teams play as well as we get set to kick here. Brock Ruzicka, a line drive, little wobbly kick to the right side. Fielded there by Caleb Sauser. Sauser looking for some room, cuts it up the middle. And he's finally tackled at about the 22-yard line. That's where they'll mark his forward progress. Never mind. Wait. I can't tell.
In between the 20 and
Yep,
30.
that's where the 22. So it'll be 1st and 10 Panthers with 8:59 to play here in the first half.
Good job by Union Kickoff Team, or Kill Squad as I refer to them as, running their lanes and making a gang tackle.
Panthers little bubble screen. Back to what they got that touchdown on. Sauser finding some room on the outside. And that's been working for him here.
What a-
Pass up to about the, I can't tell,
I think it's like
35-yard line.
Yeah, 35-ish. What a great block by Peyton Schilling, putting his defender in the dirt and opening up a great hole for Sauser.
Yeah, it's so much easier to win one-on-one matchups when they're not 2-on-1.
Exactly.
Snap to Reese. Reese takes Reese to the right edge.
Good.
And he's got about a 7-yard gain here.
Good play by Dakota Marvis, number 55, is their leading tackler, and made a great reach play and turned what could have been a major play for the Panthers into only a game of about 6.
Yeah, that Union defense doing a good job keeping Reese within their sights when he's running the ball as well. So the Panthers, 2 receivers left and right. Reese in the shotgun. Bubble screen again. Evades one tackler. Sauser still on his feet. Down to the 40. They'll mark him at about the 37-yard line, I believe. And a great move. Who was that? 33? No, that's 11. Yeah, that's Jordan Fisher. Tried to come and make a play, and that's what you need out of that defensive that backfield. I guess that's what you call it. But
Once you see a screen, you got to come and make a play. But Peyton Schilling did another good job just getting a piece of him and allowing Sauser to go and try and make a play.
Panthers hurried up with QB power. Reese running free, and he bowls over Jordan Fisher at the end of it. Both these quarterbacks not afraid to lower the shoulder and deliver a hit.
And as a defender, that's one of the worst things you can see coming towards you. A powerful runner with his head down.
It'll be down to the 26-yard line. It'll be about a 13-yard gain for Reese on the ground there. The Panthers hurrying it up now. Reese fakes the screen. We're going to have a couple holds here. Reese trying to navigate the pocket, and he's tackled.
And I like that play call by Wes Wilson, going on that fake screen and trying to take a shot.
Panthers pick up a holding call. Just send him back about 10 yards. 10 yards from the spot, too. They're going to lose about 12 here.
Well, with the success that they have on the screenplay, it's a good play call to try and get the defense to bite on that and have someone slip right behind the defensive backs.
I agree. It'll be 1st and 23 now for the Panthers, and we'll see how this Panther team, can come back from this holding call. They had the momentum. They were going hurry up, and The Union Knights able to draw a holding penalty. Reese straight drop, fires over the middle, caught by Sauser. Sauser running free up the middle, and he's finally brought down by a swarm of Union Knights, but not after a gain of about 25 yards down to the 13-yard line.
Once again, you get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and let them go to work, and that's been a tried and true system for the Monticello Panthers this season.
QB power now. Reese up the gut.
Good patient running by Reese on that play, trying to find a hole.
He'll gain about 5 yards down to the 7-yard line of the Union Knights, and all of a sudden the Panthers go and hurry up offense again. Same play. Reese, this time nothing doing. Tackle there. Guess who? Dakota Marvitz.
Leading tackler is going to be all over the field today.
Great read there. It'll bring up about 3rd and 4 after a gain of 1.
And I think if you're Wes Wilson, do you take the field goal if you don't get it, or do you go for it?
But depend on where the 4th down is. That's going to be an offsides.
Tried to hold himself back, but couldn't keep his balance, and that's going to be
Oh.
a big-time play.
Can't have those. It might be half the distance to the goal here.
No, they're going to call first down, signaling, I think.
It'll be interesting to see what they give them. I don't know where that. I think it would be because they're at the 7, 3.5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd down and 1 now.
That's my bad. I thought the ref was signaling for a first down.
He originally did. I think he was in the automatic 5 yards stage. We're in the half the distance stage. A little jumbo package for the Panthers. Reese up the gut to the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown Panthers.
Once again, give one of your best playmakers the ball. Tell them to get a yard, or in this case, a touchdown.
Yeah, that was 4
4-yard
yards.
touchdown.
So Reese, he was playing it patient that whole drive, picking his spots, and there he just decided, it's jumbo package. We're
Put
down
your
at the goal
shoulder
line.
down.
Let's run some people over.
Put the hammer down and get in the end zone.
Yes, sir.
Shout
So
out to Pat McAfee and the boys.
16-13, pending kick from Castillo. Great snag by Peterson, and the kick is up and good.
Yeah, snap a little high, but Peterson showing off some of his phenomenal hands and going snagging him, getting a good hold down for Castillo.
Castillo, the definition of a solid kicker here for the Monticello Panthers.
And just watching his progression from last year, I snapped for him last year, and just seeing his improvement from last year to this year has been just incredible. And I think that
Thank you, Aiden Eikamp, for letting us know how to pronounce that last name. We appreciate it. We know how it feels to not have your last name pronounced right, and we're just
doing our
trying
best.
We're just trying to be good announcers up here. We appreciate it. Appreciate all you tuning in. It's a good time.
Nice little crowd out there.
Yeah, we do have a
on
nice
the
little
live
crowd.
stream.
Yeah. Both teams coming in supporting pretty well as well for the district game. Union's it's a bit of a drive here. Me and Ben passed it on our way back from college here today. It's a ways, I'm not gonna lie, but
I remember playing there a couple of years ago, JV football. It's a haul.
a couple of years ago being what, 4 now?
Oh, sometime back in Nam.
Oh man, how the days have flown by.
Doesn't seem that long ago, does it?
Right. So 17-13 is your score here. The Panthers on top with 6:27 left to play in the second, but we're not counting anybody out just yet here.
No. See if they can make a special teams play. My favorite phase of football. See if they can get it done here.
It'll be interesting to see what this Panthers kickoff team decides to do here. Castillo
The battle cry from David Wickman.
kicks it to Fisher. I think they're avoiding Niebergall. Fisher
Block from the back or a hold probably with
evades
the flag.
tacklers, and he's down to about the Union 30-yard line.
Flag in the backfield, though. You have to think this one's coming back.
Yeah, I'm with you there. A.J. Phelps with the tackle there.
And it's a hold.
Going to be blocking the back, sir. Come on now.
I thought his hand was backwards. Yeah, it's
There's probably two different flags down, different sides of the field.
must be. I was looking at the hold. You're probably looking blocking the back.
Nonetheless, they're going backwards.
You have a pair of binoculars up here.
We used to have a pair.
Really?
They're at home. Those binoculars were about the best thing ever. You could see a drop of sweat on that far sideline.
Oh, I bet.
It was beautiful. But nonetheless, it'll be 1st and 10 Union from their own 14-yard line.
Lot easier on a defense from the 14 rather than the 34. So it's a big time penalty. See if they can capitalize on it.
Union breaks the huddle, comes set. One tight end to the right side, two receivers and a tight end to the left side for Barons in the shotgun. He's got Fisher to his left. Power left side for Barons now. Cuts it upfield, and he's upended after a gain of about 5 or 6 up to the Panther 19, or not the Panther, the Union 19-yard line. They'll give him the 20, so it'll be a 6-yard gain here.
Good push by that Union offensive line. You got to, once again, linebackers have at least try and come up and shoot that gap before it forms, and it's easier said than done, but needs to be done.
A notable player not on the field right now, Caleb Sauser, not out there on defense. I would take a shot here if I'm that Union offense with Niebergall.
See, either he's getting a breather or he must have tweaked something on that goal line play.
Hand off to Niebergall, running near side, tackled by A.J. Phelps.
Calling his name all year has been a
That's Gage Guilford. There he is. I thought that was A.J., but it's Gage.
Another great gang tackle by the Panthers. Going to have to keep that up. It's a big game like this. All it sometimes takes is making one guy miss, and you can take it all the way. So having multiple guys there is going to help prevent that.
Gain of 2 yards. It's going to be a short 3rd and 2 here. It'd be more like third and 1.5, maybe.
A short 2.
Snap to Barons, running left side, trying to get the first down, and he will. He's got a gain of about 3 or 4.
I think Union kind of realizing that they can't rely heavily on the pass game. They need to kind of lean on their run game a little bit here because the Panthers are going to try and prevent them from taking the top off.
Yep, they'll give him 5 yards there up to the 27. So this Union offense, they're systematical. They're methodical, just working it down the field here.
Rushing the ball very well.
Straight drop here. Barons over the middle, trying to find his man, and that was just out of the reach of Jordan Fisher, who drew the matchup with A.J. Phelps and
Burnham.
I would be surprised if we don't see something out of that, or another look out of that here.
Come back to that type of formation. I mean, with two high safety look like that, it looks like they might be playing kind of a deep half cover 2 type look in the open spot, and that is right down the middle.
A.J. Phelps, I don't know if he had a man coverage or not, but he was the only one within about 5 yards of Jordan Fisher there.
Right through the middle. Could have been 6.
A little sprint out here for Barons. Barons fires just out of reach of Niebergall. And Barons looks out of rhythm here. Not a great drive for him.
I think the pressure that the Panthers are sending, they're sending those outside linebackers as soon as he rolls out. And I think it's trying to throw off his timing and forcing him maybe to get the ball out a little sooner than he'd like to.
Yeah, those last 2 I feel were just a little, you think about that first one a little too long, and then it affects your second one. Got to flush it. Hopefully we see him, get a better look at this 3rd down and 10 here. I would assume it's a pass.
One of the great Ronisms of my life. All the best athletes have a short memory.
It's facts. A little screen here.
Intercepted.
That's Caden
Sternhagen
Sternhagen
up the middle.
A gang of blockers, and he's dragged down from behind. Sternhagen just standing right in front of that Union offensive member who was supposed to get that screen. Everyone else had flown upfield, and Sterney was just standing there.
And that's the type of play you make on the D-line. On a screenplay, you're usually left unblocked, and in that instance, you have to stay home and retrace your steps, and that's exactly what he did, and it led him straight to the football.
It'll be 1st and 10 Panthers from the 8-yard line of Union. Reese fumbles the snap, picks it up, able to find some yards somehow. It'll be down to about the 5-yard line after a gain of 3.
That's something he just does very, very well, is making something out of nothing. A very powerful runner that can usually get you at least a couple.
You can't have a turnover here if you're the Panthers. You got the momentum. You can't give them anything, even if it's just 3, which, of course, is not ideal.
Going up 2 scores going into halftime would be crucial for the Panthers.
Snap to Reese. Hands it off to Cooper. Nothing doing there. And either read there was going to be a bad one, as there was nothing doing.
Oh, well covered by the Union Knights on that read option type look, and really just swallowed up any kind of... And we got a face
mask here. So that's a big play. Just when we thought that Union was going to get a
tackle for a loss, turns into half distance to the goal for the Panthers.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 3 from the 3. I thought it was an automatic first down, but it'll be 2nd down.
Chase Sternhagen, your usual color commentary professional here in the chat, happy for his brother, as always.
That's what we like to see.
That's what we
Chase.
like to see. Staying engaged even from home.
I formation for the Panthers. Hand off to Sauser running up the middle, and he's lucky if he gets one here.
Yeah, sometimes with that heavy set, all it takes is one missed block, and you have just a kerfuffle of bodies in the middle there, and it's just going to lead to a tackle for a loss or no gain.
Yeah, they'll give him a half a yard, but nothing will change on the. Oh, they'll give him a yard. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2 here. And the Panthers are going to take a timeout with 3:13 left to play.
I think Wes Wilson's going to dive into his bag of tricks here and dial up a touchdown play. You're going to keep it simple.
I think you keep this one simple. I think you give it to your star players. You know, you got
Let
a
'em
couple
make a
good
play.
ones. Or if they're playing tight, you know, maybe take a look to Ian Weber on that outside.
He's a tall guy. Give him a jump ball and just have him reach up over. Tall and lanky. He's a good jump ball candidate.
Yeah, as long as number 87's not on him, I would be good taking that shot if it's Niebergall or any of the other corners on him as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to the shotgun and gives it to Preston Reese on a quarterback power type look and just tell him, get 2 yards.
Or even a bubble here. I wouldn't be surprised at that as well. But Union so far doing a great job on the multiple turnovers that they've had so far. That Union defense is really stepping up and saying, nah, you're not scoring today.
Yeah, points off turnovers can be huge swing possessions and swing plays in a football game, and the ability to prevent that is huge in terms of momentum and just morale.
Yeah, so far the Panthers have, what, 3 right now?
Yes, I believe 3 points off turnovers,
And Union's got 7.
a touchdown here would be huge for the Panthers, especially since the Union Knights get the ball after halftime.
So 3rd and 2, I formation, QB sneak. There it is. We got a flag. I have no idea what this flag is going to be from. The head ref was the one who threw it in the back.
Where he threw it, got to think hold.
What in the world is that call?
What was that?
Looks like packing a suitcase when it doesn't want to go.
Some kind of foul on the Panthers there. Maybe was he signaling block below the waist?
No,
Or
that's a different
something?
one. We're looking at our ref sheet, and let me tell you, what he just signaled is not a thing. The only thing it could be,
So, going monster stack from the Panthers here.
I know, I heard it, Mom.
While we were trying to figure out what the penalty was, Panthers looked like they went in some kind of an odd formation I could refer to as a monster stack, but eventually called timeout and trying to get a better play here.
There it is. It's helping runner or interlocked blocking.
Oh,
So apparently you can't just,
push the pile.
I'm 90% sure that wasn't a rule until about 5 seconds ago.
It's a
yeah.
quarterback sneak. It's part of
You
football.
pile in on the back. Well, I mean, even in my time at quarterback, we ran that about 3 times at Anamosa. It helped us pick up a key first down to win that cowbell in the rain. I'm not going to lie. That's
It's a quarterback sneak. It's a scrum. You got to do what you got to do to get that first down.
Hey, if anyone in the comments section would like to explain that to the rest of us, please do. I've never seen that before. I'm assuming that was the definition of what you can't do. I didn't know that was a thing.
Thinking back on the play, I think one of the backs, probably Rylan Cooper or someone, just
They all pushed him,
They pushed
but
Preston
I
Reese
don't
in,
know.
but I've seen that on so many plays. I
Right.
don't know why they decided to call it now.
I don't know, but 3rd and 8 here for the Panthers.
Yeah, going some monster stack trick formation.
Yeah, we see this out of Walk-On every couple of years. Hand off to Sauser, and Sauser, nothing doing there.
Oh, sniffed out fully.
87, Logan Rosauer with the tackle there. That's going to be a loss of about 6 yards. That back to the 14. And you got to assume Castillo and the kicking unit's going to come out
He's
here.
running out with the block. They're going to take 3. But if you're the Union Knights, that's a big
That's a
time
big stand.
stop. Big time stop. It keeps you within 1 score, potentially going into halftime, or you could might be able to tie it up.
Might only be down 3 or
Might
4
only be
here.
down 4 if he misses. It's never a gimme.
Especially in high school. Kick is up. That's a thing of beauty right there. Castillo, 2 for 2 tonight.
Beautiful end over end kick. Just an overall solid kicker, and
He's having
Very
a great game
reliable.
tonight. That special teams for that Panthers, that kicking unit that's been solid.
it's a beautiful thing to watch snapper to holder, and then the kicker eventually hitting it through the uprights. It's just a beautiful operation.
So the Panthers take a 20-13 7-point lead here with 2:29 left to play in the second after a Castillo field goal. courtesy of the interception by Caden Sternhagen.
Once again, you alluded to it earlier about this Union defense preventing touchdowns off turnovers. And if you're the Monticello Panthers, looking back on those possessions, it would have been really nice to get 7.
Yeah, you got to capitalize, but that Union defense, that's keeping them in this game so far.
Mm-hmm. See, allowing 3 rather than
That's
7 is much more
eight-point
much
swing.
easier to come back for.
8-point swing right there. If you allow 2 touchdowns,
Mhm.
that's big.
If they allowed a touchdown there, it would have been a 2-score game potentially going into half. But now they're still within a score and a touchdown ties.
They tie it and they get ball back at half. So Union not at all out of this thing. Not at
No,
all.
Not at all.
I'm
Especially
excited.
getting the ball here. It's going to be a good game,
It's going
I
to be a
feel.
good game right down to the finish, hopefully. As Castillo will tee it up here for the Panthers.
You got to run your lanes here. Stick to your assignment. Don't try and be a hero.
Fisher and Niebergall back deep, standing at about the 10-yard line.
I'm curious to see if special teams here dials up some type of a squib or something trying to prevent a return.
I would think they keep kicking it to Fisher instead of Niebergall. I think that was the original plan as well.
I agree.
Castillo, high, deep kick. Looks like Niebergall wants to take it, and he does. Finds room, and that's why they weren't kicking it to him. Niebergall, one man to beat down the sideline. And there it is. Touchdown, Union Knights.
There it is. Lack in execution in the game plan leads to big plays like that, and we got an entirely new ball game.
And that's why they were not kicking to him.
Much similar to why you shouldn't kick to Caleb Sauser. He could take it to the house at a moment's notice. All they need is a seam.
Oh my gosh. This game has been everything it's
Everything you thought it would be.
Yeah. A lot of scoring. Maybe not always from who we thought it would be, you know, at certain times. In what fashion it would be, I don't know. These offenses looking
effective.
yeah. Kick is up and wide left.
That's a big time play. Those are 2 points that Union could have on the board with a blocked extra point, and now a missed one might come back to haunt them, because those are ones you usually expect to be
So
gimmies.
Niebergall gets probably an 85-yard touchdown, but the damage is done. Panthers still up 20-19 here.
For sure. And if they can go down and get a score before half, preferably a touchdown, I mean, that'll put them in pretty solid shape going into the break.
Yeah, that's just a big player making a big play right there for Union.
For sure. And he's their biggest playmaker. So, I mean, you want to, like we've been preaching it all night, get the ball in your playmaker's hands and
let them make a
let
play,
him
and he
go.
certainly did. We've seen it. You know, you maybe alluded to it. We might see the squib the rest of the night here for the Panthers.
I think so. I mean, because we've seen 2 big returns out of Niebergall and Fisher, both of them.
Yeah.
So maybe a squib to one of the, the up backs or in that second level
Right.
might try and just prevent a return.
Union's kickoff return doing great at setting up those blocks. We'll I want to look at how many kickoff return yards that it's not on ours, on Varsity Bound. How many kickoff return yards Niebergall has on the season?
Let's take a gander here.
I don't know if they'd keep it as a stat.
We'll
I
see.
hope they do.
Here we go. Fisher on the year, 222 return yards. Niebergall, 171 return yards, and no return touchdowns. That was Union's first return touchdown of the year.
Could not come at a bigger time. Union's doing a great job of setting up those blocks all night, and it finally pans out. Niebergall down the sideline for about 80 yards.
Playoff football doesn't get more exciting than this.
That's facts. So the Knights will kick it off, trailing by 1 with 2:17 left to play here in this second quarter. Little line drive roller fielded by Sauser. Trying to get to the outside, and he does.
Gets a block. He's got a seam.
And he gets out of bounds at about the 39, 40-yard line. So a good return by the Panthers in turn.
Interesting stat right now. Panthers have more than double Union's total offensive yards, yet it's just a 1-point game. Like we were talking about it. Some big play here and there can really make or break a game.
And that Union defense, we got to give them a shout out. They've stood up when they needed to stand up and not let that Panther offense into the end zone.
They've been stout in the red zone today.
Reese drops back, fires to Sauser. Sauser cutting it up inside, gets to about the 49-yard line.
Fights
before
for a
he's
first down, maybe.
dragged down. We'll see where they spot it. They'll give him the far side of the 50. So into Union territory, they'll give him enough for the first down. It'll be a 10-yard gain.
2-minute drill here for the Panthers, trying to get a score before half. It'd be just huge in terms of momentum.
Yeah, and as a quarterback right here, you're not in a bad spot. You only have one timeout left, but there's still 2 minutes. Reese looking to the left side again. Sauser, he's got to get out of bounds. He stays in bounds. That's
Clock's
a great
gonna run.
tackle there by Nolan Meehy.
You've been talking about it all night. Those corners are sitting off about 10, 15 yards, and they're going to take those hitches and those curl routes. They're going to take them and get the rack after that. Run after catch.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Panthers. Reese fires over the middle.
Ooh, behind his intended receiver.
And that was intended for Tate Peterson.
Been a quiet half out of him on the offensive end. It's been a lot of Sauser.
It really has. We thought they might need to go to the other receivers, but Sauser picking up the slack too.
Him playing on the outside, you know, those cornerbacks are playing pretty far off. It's been easy to get him the ball in space.
2nd and 10 from the 32. Reese straight drop again. Fires. This time Peterson catches it. Spin move. Trying to get to the outside. Another spin move. And he's down to the 15-yard line. That'll be a 17-yard completion.
The shifty running of Tate Peterson coming in clutch there off of a nice pass by Preston Reese. And
Right
the
in that
Panthers
window.
are rolling right now.
We got a timeout Knights trying to preserve some clock here.
Preserve some clock for their own use if they get the ball back, and try and game plan to prevent the Panthers from entering the end zone again.
I agree. This Union defense, we've talked about it a lot. Inside the 20, they've been great.
It's been phenomenal, and it's be exciting to see if they can pull it off again here against the Panthers attack that's really just been shredding them through the air so far.
Yeah, they really have, but it'll be interesting to see if they tighten up, in this down here near the goal line.
But I've been really impressed with Preston Reese as far as accuracy so far, at least. I mean, especially on this drive. I mean, he had that one throw to begin with, and he really hasn't put the ball in harm's way yet. I mean, after that.
Yeah, he had that one. It looked like it came out a little weird, but it's nonetheless.
He's been playing efficient football since then, and keeping the ball out of harm's way and being effective on offense.
I agree. So the Panthers have it 1st and 10 here from the far side of the 15-yard line, just outside. 2 receivers left and right for Reese. Union showing blitz. Panthers go with the hard count. Reese looks like he's going to wind the clock here.
Yeah, now they have time to signal in a play, though, unlike earlier.
Now you see the look that Union is giving you. You're going to have 5 men rushing. Reese, QB draw. He's got some room. And he's down to about the 10-yard line is where they'll mark him. Just inside the 10.
Here's your playbook. It's a little more constricted because you have to work more over the middle than the outside as you could if you had a little more room.
It'll be a 5-yard gain here for Reese. Back to that same play. Reese up the middle, tackled there. And that was none other than Dakota Marvitz.
All over the field. And I'm interested to see when Union's going to take their timeouts.
I don't know.
Because right now they're letting the clock run.
At some time right now, it's 3rd and 3.
Looks like they got faith in their defense to get a stop.
Panthers, Reese running hard. I don't think he's going to get there, though.
All right, so what, 4th and short?
He needed to get to the 5. He got to the 6, so it'll be 4th and 1, a 4th and a long one.
Final timeout taken by Monticello, and I'm very interested to see what Wes Wilson dials up, because if you know him as a coach, he likes to stay aggressive. From the personnel that's out on the field right now, it looks like they might be going for it.
I would go for this. There's 38 seconds left in the half. You're up by 1. It's 4th and 1, and you have, I would trust your guys. 5-on-5 up front.
Get 1 yard.
Get 1 yard. That's all it takes, and you have a runner in Preston Reese that can get a yard if you need. He can run people over, and he can keep those legs churning.
I think he has yet to get anything less than a yard tonight. So
I think if you need to swing it out wide, throw a bubble screen as well.
Screens have been working all night, and there's a lot of options that you can get here. But I think first things first. If I was the coach, let's keep it simple. Let's get ourselves a first down, and then go from there. But I would think if he has a game plan, like if they get the first down here, they have another play that they're going to run right after it because they don't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, no timeouts left for the Panthers. Could see a spike here, or just a hurry up to the line after that.
Yeah, got to be aware of the clock here.
Reese running to the right side, cuts it upfield.
Got a hole,
into the end
touchdown,
zone.
Panthers.
That's a big play right there. On 4th and 1, they get 4 or 5 yards, 6 yards actually,
And a touchdown.
and Reese, 2 rushing touchdowns tonight.
2 rushing touchdowns tonight, and a great job by the offensive line. Moved him up front and opened up a hole big enough for a truck for Preston to run through.
That's what you like. He got touched barely by some fingertips, and that was it. So the Panthers jump back out.
Special teams here. See if the operation goes well. Old snap kick is good.
Good. So the Panthers taking an 8-point lead, 34 seconds left in the half.
Having an 8-point lead at halftime is a lot more manageable than having a 1-point lead.
It certainly is, but it's still anybody's game. You know, Union receives that the second half. So, you know, I wouldn't count them out of this half either. They could score in bunches and really quick, too.
What are your thoughts as far as special teams here? You think they're going to kick it deep again, or think they're
No.
going to squib?
This thing's hitting the ground at about,
I believe
10, 15 yards.
I believe so.
There's no way. Or you kick it high and short to one side. Sure, I don't know.
Panther special teams coach running it over with his players right now and just hoping to keep it out of dangerous hands. But if you're Union, if you're prepping for the squib, do you just tell your yup backs to avoid it and let one of the back guys pick it up?
No. Tell them to fair catch.
Fair catch and put the offense back on the field.
That's what you always do as an up back. If that thing's coming to you,
Yeah, but that's their moment of
give 'em
glory.
the wave. No, your moment of
No.
glory is catching that ball so you don't lose.
Yeah, you don't let
unless you're a Barons or iCamp right now, you're not touching that ball if you're on my team.
And if you get if
Exactly.
you get your offense back on the field, you're gonna get the ball in the hands of those two guys and hope for the best. Because with 34 seconds left, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do.
They do have 2 timeouts, and their kicker still has a little bit of a leg. Where do you think they need to go to be able to say confidently, we're kicking this?
He was
About
trying
that
to hit.
20.
I say if they want to kick a field goal to do the end of the half, I think they need to get to at least the 25 to give him a shot because
Right.
he was missing fairly short on the
30-yard
on the
line, yeah.
30. So
Castillo set to kick. This is when,
there's the squib.
don't kick it out of bounds,
Oh
though.
no, that's a crucial mistake.
They might move it back and kick it again here. But this is when, you know, as a kicker, this is going to sound really terrible of me to say. You kind of play the game of let's hit the first person right in the middle.
True.
So it was number 65 for Union. You look at him, you draw yourself a nice line from the ball to him, and you kick that thing nuke speed. Line drive right at him.
Ludicrous speed at the guy's chest, and if you get a ricochet, hop on it.
You get the ball, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a win-win.
And if it misses, it's going fast down the middle and on the ground.
No, they're not
They're
re-kicking
going
it.
to take the penalty, and they put their
Maybe.
offense back on put their offense on the field.
I would assume that's what they're going to do.
Looking like it. We went out at about the 32-yard line, so 15 yards from the spot, right? Or 5. I must be thinking pro.
Shows what we know. In the pros, they get it at the 35.
That's true, 35 anytime. But still, this is very manageable field position, and you only need about 35, 40 yards if you want to try and get your kicker a shot. But you got to be thinking, shot play end zone here.
That's what you got to be thinking as the Panther defense as well. So we'll see here. We'll hand off up the middle.
Ooh, playing conservatively.
Not too bad there. That's Jordan Fisher. A good pickup of 4 yards there, and I think they might just take this one to half.
Not calling a timeout after that play. They're going to just take it to the half and regroup.
About 4 on the play.
I'm surprised they I think I would have taken a shot there.
I think you definitely take a shot. I mean,
At least on first and second down, and then on third down, you can run the ball and run the clock. Because you and
you
I.
take your shot to the outside, not over the middle, but you take your shot to the outside, and if it gets intercepted, you're close to the sideline, and you have your guys rally.
And Monticello didn't have any timeouts at that time either,
No.
so they couldn't stop the clock and make you punt it anyway. But
No.
nonetheless, 27-19 is our score at half. We'll get some thoughts on halftime coming up in just a few minutes, but take a little break so our voices can recuperate here for a little bit. This is Monticello Sports Live. We'll be right back in just a few minutes, but first, let's thank our broadcast sponsors, Above and Beyond and Advantage Home Medical. With a full range of medical equipment and supplies, from bandages and compression socks to walkers and lift chairs. If you're looking for a product they don't carry, they'll do their best to get it for you. Advantage Home Medical is still offering curbside pickup and, as always, free delivery within a 50-mile radius. We'd like to thank them for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. 27-19 is your score here at half. This is Monticello Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
Kick. All right, ready. I gotta get these spots. Hey, welcome back to Monticello Sports Live. I apologize that you just heard me saying I got to get these sponsors real quick, but our sound guy, Benny, is not usually our sound guy. Usually it's Chase, and he does a great job, but Benny's out here. He fumbled the bag a little bit as our music was still playing in the background.
I would like to formally apologize to everyone.
Oh, Benny, it's all
Had to
good.
go through
It's
that.
all good, but hey, let me actually do the sponsors that I said I was going to do. Broadcast sponsors today, Above and Beyond, and Advantage Home Medical. In Monticello, their customers are the heart of their business. We'd like to thank them for their sponsorship of tonight's broadcast. We welcome you to the booth. We thought we were going to have more time at halftime. Usually both teams don't come out because they have that, 3-minute warm-up
allotted
period.
period,
But if they both come out before they, whatever time, then they don't get it. So, nonetheless, Graham, what are your thoughts on that first half? Give us some stats to back it up.
Union Knight's red zone defense has been phenomenal, and they're going to need to keep that up if they want to stay within this game down 8 at halftime. And if you're the Panthers, keep getting the ball to number 5 and number 2. And it's been a recipe for success all game long. They're going to make people miss. They're going to run hard, and they're going to put the ball in the end zone if we give them enough tries.
Yeah, the Panthers points off turnover 6, Union 7, so not too far off there. But Union with that big kickoff return, with about 2:17 left in the first half to play, and we do have the 3 minutes. We're chilling, easy money.
Nice.
But since then, Union's never looked back. Let's get some touchdown drive stats here.
Touchdown drive stats. Panthers have been relatively scoring quickly. I mean, shortest touchdown drive is 1:05, and the longest one was 2 minutes and 39 seconds, as opposed to the Union Knights drive stats here. Longest touchdown drive of 5 minutes and 29 seconds, so we're scoring relatively quickly.
Yeah,
relatively quickly.
Union's been able to.
slow-paced.
Wow, that's a very even. It's a 4-second difference.
4-second difference in time
in
of
time
possession.
of possession.
Yet, I mean, I'm assuming quick math here, around 150-yard difference in total yards. And since that interception in the first quarter, Preston Reese has yet to throw an incomplete pass.
Has he really?
He is 11 for 12 right now, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception.
I disagree with that. He had 1 incomplete pass to Peyton Schilling.
That is true. Stats regular?
Come on, Ben. Come on,
I must have missed that.
I'm just messing with you.
It's all right.
We appreciate Ben. We'd also like to thank Steve Carlson for setting that whole thing up, as well as Michael Robertson, Dr. Yeager, Tim Lambert, Kim Carlson, and the Monticello Boosters for letting us do this thing here we call Monticello Sports Live, and we appreciate all of you for tuning in and helping us out here. All 212 of you right now. We appreciate it so much. So far for the Panthers, let's give them the total offense. and some rushing.
Total offensive yards. Panthers 249 total yards, as opposed to the Union Knights 95 total yards. Panthers averaging 4.2 rushing yards an attempt, as opposed to Union's 3.2. And Panthers have 16 yards per catch, as opposed to Union's 8.5. So it's been pretty much an offensive clinic so far by the Panthers, and let's hope they can keep it up in the second half.
Yeah, these are unofficial stats, as we say, but we like to think they're pretty good. Benny, our stats wrangler back
Best
there.
in the business.
Best in the business. I'm Jeff Carlson. That's Graham Schneider, and that's Ben Oswald. If you didn't know that before, Kim Carlson's doing your video tonight. We hope you having a good Friday night on this October 22nd. It's playoff football season.
It's brisk October night.
It is brisk. I'm sure you don't want to watch us anymore.
Let's go to the field.
So we're gonna send you down to the field with us in the top right corner.
All right.
Because what's
Just
better than
minimize-
seeing
just
just
minimize
us?
with our very
Seeing
special
us in a smaller box.
picture-in-picture here in the booth.
Graham, what are we thinking about, or Ben?
I
You
was
got
gonna
thoughts
say-
on the second half? You said all right like
Well,
6 times.
Sorry, I'm just saying, especially with this cold weather, you got to find a way to keep your starters, especially if they're not on both sides of the ball. Like, if we have Sauser out for a defensive drive, we need to make sure that anyone who doesn't play both sides is ready to go back in full energy, because it's just about 30 degrees, 41 according to your computer. So I think how they handle if they're not completely active, if they're on the sideline for any amount of time, to stay warm, stay physically completely ready for this game might be a big part of this.
Got to stay warm, do whatever you can. Quick calisthenics on the sideline, hand warmers, whatever needs to get done.
Whatever you got to do, you know. So the Union Knights will receive the second half kickoff provided by Castillo.
Are we going to see another squib like they did at the end of the first half?
I would be surprised if we didn't. 27-19 is your score. Panthers on top by 8. As we get this second half district football started, a little squib kick.
Little pooch kick to the up back.
It's number 88, I believe, but 68, that's their kicker. Brock Ruzicka. We got a flag here.
Usually on the return team.
This might be on the tackle, I believe.
In a rare case, it is on the kicking team.
It's going to be a face mask.
Ooh.
That'll be a big penalty here.
Move
That'll
into Panther territory.
That'll be plus territory here for the Union Knights. So special teams, Graham.
Special teams not effective there. I mean, just
Oh,
not
it was
great.
only 5.
Only 5. So still in their own territory, but excellent field position. Just, I mean, it prevented a big return, and we need to live with that.
So the 48-yard line here is where Barons and the Union Knights will set up shop. Little read option takes the ball up to about the Panther 48-yard line.
Going back to the run early, I like that play call. You got to try and establish some momentum in the trenches and try and move the ball.
Gain of 6 on first down will bring second down and 4.
And if you can establish the run game early here, they're going to have to start respecting it. It can really open up the deep passing game.
Okay, the scoreboard says I'm wrong, but the sticks say I'm right. Handoff to the outside.
Matt Ecamp.
I-Camp, come on now.
I-Camp, I'm sorry, all the I-Camps out there. I'm new.
Yes, Mom, I said that right. He takes the ball. And
Thanks again to Adam Icamp for the pronunciation. That is my bad.
It'll be third down and 1 for the Knights here on their opening drive.
Got to think they keep it simple and go right back up the middle here and get a yard.
Yeah, every time they run that little read option, it looks like they're not going to hand it off on key downs to Jordan Fisher and maybe start taking a chance here on defense for the Panthers.
Keep the ball in the hands of your best players, and that is Barons and Niebergall, and it's been a recipe for success. They've been moving the ball well with them.
Move the chains on that 2-yard run there, courtesy of Barons. So the Knights in business at the Panther 41-yard line. Quick pass over the middle. That's a slant. That's tipped up and incomplete. Intended for Logan Rosauer.
Nice defensive play by Connor Sauser. They're breaking up the pass. Came up hopping a little bit. I think I saw him hobbling off the field on a kickoff play. I think it was on the big return. So let's just see if that maybe tweaked his ankle or something, see if that comes into play later.
Yeah, all the injuries seem heightened here in the cold. Everything hurts a little more.
Everything hurts a little more. Even a little love tap can really hurt. Like, it's not fun.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Knights. Motion across from Icamp. Snap to Barons, pulling guard to the right. A little rollout. Pressure provided by Sternhagen, but able to slip out of it, showing a great burst of speed is Barons, and he's got about an 8-yard gain.
The Red Baron of Union LaPorte City.
Sorry, that'll be a 6-yard gain.
Evading the pressure. Good pressure there by Sternhagen, busting through the line. I mean, on a 3-front, you're usually going to face some sort of a double team, so getting pressure like that's just good technique and good pursuit.
Yeah, especially on that rollout. It'll be 3rd down and 4 here.
Empty set.
I would expect a read option and going right up the middle. There it is.
Nice call.
Thank you. Barons gets the first down, it looks like. It'll be down to the 31-yard line, which is about where he had to get. It'll be enough for a first down.
Finding success on the ground, and I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes in this colder weather. You know, they've been pretty much bottlenecking the passing game, and going back to the ground can really help you find some momentum on offense and find an identity.
I agree. We really got to fix that door. Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights now. On the Panther 31-yard line.
More of a
jumbo set. Haven't seen this in a while. A
And he's
good
sacked.
sack by Preston Reese. Looked like they were going for that post corner with Niebergall one-on-one on the outside with Peyton Schilling. But Schilling able to not fall for that double move. He's been susceptible in the past few weeks, but stayed home there, and that's a big-time sack for the Panthers.
Learned from his mistakes and stayed on his man. Allowed Preston Reese to just fire through the line. make a sack, and that is a huge swing play. Sacks can just halt drives dead in their tracks.
An 8-yard sack on first down. It's now 2nd and 18. And trio left here for the Knights. A rollout pass here for Behrens. Feeling the pressure. And he's evading pressure, and now he's going to get sacked again.
A second straight sack for the Panthers, and that is huge. 3rd and very, very long coming up.
This defense from Coach Kite is flying around here. They're flying to that football. And it is 3rd and 23, a 5-yard sack that time.
What linebacker was it that just pushed their guy all the way back to the right lane? Was it AJ?
I think it might have been Phelps, but he took on that blocker.
Could have been Reese. It could have been Reese as well. He was on there.
That
I didn't
was a
see,
highlight
I didn't
play,
see
just that
sleeves
block.
on him. I think it must have been Phelps. He drove his defender back and forced the quarterback right back into the middle into the waiting arms of the defensive line.
Yeah, and then Owen Thomas there to blow up the other block from, what was that? Fisher. So 3rd and what feels like forever. Deep drop for Behrens. Fires right side. Had a man. Overthrew him on the post. Intended for Roseauer.
They had Logan Roseauer there. Just a little overthrown, and I think it was Rylan Cooper who came up and forced the pressure and allowed him to get rid of the ball, as we've seen a little bit earlier.
Yeah, if that ball comes out a little bit later, you know, he's a little more open there.
A little more open, and he's able to set his feet, but having to throw on the run. Great play there and forcing a punt.
The first punt we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
Coach Kite must have done something right at halftime.
Coach Kite defense generally lets his players, puts his players in positions to make plays, and that's what
They made plays there.
They made plays there.
2 sacks on 1st and 2nd down, and an incompletion on 3rd. Leads to a line drive punt there from Roseauer. It's going to be down inside the Panther 5, I believe. That's a good looking punt.
Putting it down inside the 5 there.
No backspin needed on that one.
Nope. Keep it simple. Let it roll. Good punt
It's
there.
a good punt. It'll be a 1st and 10 Panthers from the 5-yard line.
This is going to be this is a very important drive for Monticello. If they can go up 2 scores here in the second half, and they can probably take up a big chunk of clock here.
Yeah.
It's a very important drive, and I think it's going to come down to the trenches. You got to win up front, because I assume they're probably going to try to run the ball to get out of here, get out of this hole.
Very key drive for this Union defense as they show pressure right away and they come with it. Reese able to stay on his feet, and he's got a pickup of about 5 yards up to the 10-yard line.
Got yourself a little more breathing room now. You're not quite inside your own 5. You're on the 10 here, and allows you to feel a little more comfortable maybe dropping back for a pass and try at least being confident that you can avoid it.
Yeah, Roseauer in on that tackle as well. 2 receivers left and right for Reese. Straight drop, fires to the outside. That's caught by Sauser, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, and another one. And finally tackled at about the 26-yard line.
Once again, Caleb Sauser making plays for the Panthers and just been phenomenal all game for them.
Yeah, he's just taking that one-on-one matchup, and, you know, Coach Wilson's just putting him in a position to succeed. We talk about it with Coach Kite and the defense, but Coach Wilson really letting his offense succeed here as Reese busts a big run. 1 man to beat. Niebergall trying to bring him down, but not before Preston Reese gets to the 35-yard line of Union. A big run, and we've been waiting for that all night.
And a great job, like I said earlier, in the trenches. It's going to have to be where they're going to win on this drive, and they opened up a beautiful hole for Preston Reese to run through, and he's a great athlete, and showed it there, dragging people with him, and see if the Panthers can keep it up.
39-yard rush.
Nice
A
stiff
stiff arm there from Reese.
Little Derrick Henry-esque running here from Preston Reese in the last couple plays.
He's got about 4 yards there, down to the 31, 32-yard line. If you played any of the Madden games, you know, anytime you were running the ball and they got like a 1-yard rush, John Madden would be like, well, if you keep that up, you'll bust a big one eventually. That's what the Panthers did right there. Throw to the outside to Sauser. He's got it. Corralled by, who is that on the outside? That's Jordan Fisher doing a good job of making sure Sauser didn't get away from him. So it'll be 1st and 10 Panthers from the 24-yard line of the Knights.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see his type of screen pass here.
Run up the middle for Reese. Reese to the second level.
Or they're just going to keep it simple and let number 5 take it down.
Yeah, it's inside the 10-yard line. Oh, they'll mark it right at the 10-yard line.
In the
It's a
trenches.
14-yard gain for Preston Reese on the ground.
Panthers winning the battle up front and showing dividends on this drive, just asserting their will at the line.
Reese again up the middle, trying to get to the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown Panthers. And you got to reward those big boys there in the trenches. That one was, the holes were big enough to drive a big old bus through there.
Preston should take all of his offensive line out for dinner after that drive, just opening up phenomenal holes for him. They don't get a lot of credit, but that was just a well put together drive by the big guys up front. And
A 39-yard run. That was a great job by the offensive line getting up to the second level, and then Reese doing the rest by himself, and then capped off by a Reese touchdown. The kick is up and good from Castillo.
beautiful special teams play.
Gosh, make it a 15-point ball game. 34-19 is your score with 6:03 left in the third. Panthers on top after a 95-yard touchdown drive.
Relatively quick 95-yard touchdown drive for the Panthers.
Well, it helps when you get 39 of it in one chunk play.
99 officially on the stats wrangler, 96 yards, a minute 37. Just being chunk plays on the ground though, which surprises you because usually when you think of this Panther offense, you think of through the air deep shots.
A minute 37 on the ground. They had, what, 19 through the air? You can see it on the...
Yeah, it's 72 on the ground, 24 through the air.
24 through the air, 72 on the ground. Most of those coming, all of those rushing yards coming from Preston Reese. Just a great drive overall. Great play calling by Coach Wilson to punch him in the mouth.
And if you're the Panthers here, this is where you really put the pedal to the metal and just let it go down. Let it just start rolling. Because now that you're up 15, you have your 2-score lead. All the momentum's in your favor. You can put them away right here. Don't
Yeah,
want to let a team hang around.
Coach Lambert talks about it in basketball all the time. You get a stop and you score, and then that next stop is the most important stop in the game.
It's a huge swing play because that really just buries them. And especially on the other team, that kind of just ruins morale. Because at this point, you're thinking, okay, we just need to score to keep pace and we can stay in it. But if you get stopped here, that's huge.
This Union team hanging around, though. This game not over by any means. Castillo kicks it deep. Backpedaling to about the 5-yard line. Jordan Fisher will take it to the near side. Corralled out of bounds.
Beautiful tackle by Ty Tallman, wrapping him up, and I'm not sure who followed up with a hit, but
I think that was Elias Etzel, I believe.
Etzel following up with a hit.
That looked like Jordan Fisher took that right to the head.
Yeah, big time hit. Jordan Fisher down on the sideline. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, not what you like to see, especially in a district game.
No.
The junior, he's still got a year after this, so hopefully it's nothing serious. We'll step aside here for a moment. He is up. Walking under his own power.
It's always good to see a guy get up on his own power and walk off.
Yeah, might have got the bell rung a little bit there.
Yeah, no one knocks
Never,
out of you.
never like to speculate, but especially those hits to the head. Those are a little dangerous.
Never feel good.
Right. They don't look good either.
No.
Hey, that Panther defense though.
Yeah, only allowed 103 total yards of offense. It's been just smothering so far, and let's hope they can keep it up.
Union offense now. They got I would say backup running back in the game, but Tyler Wilson running back by committee. So he's seen plenty of the action. And that's not Tyler Wilson. That's number 30, Caleb Scott, the senior.
In fantasy football, if somebody goes down, the backup immediately becomes more prevalent of an option. So maybe he'll get the ball more now. It's single back, or maybe they'll try to more air it out now that they're down.
Quick pass from Barons. It'll gain 7, 2nd and 3 from their own 31 here for the Union Knights. Snap to Barons. Little read option. He's got some blockers up to the second level, and he's tackled at about the 38, 39-yard line. Be a gain of about 9 yards.
An impressive stat from the Monticello defense. The quarterback threw over 2,000 yards in the regular season, only has 34 total yards through the air and a 25% completion percentage. So just props out to the corners playing good, solid coverage today.
Yeah, and it's looked like so far that he's never gotten into a rhythm, which, you'd love to see out of your quarterback. Hand off to Niebergall, trying to get the edge here. Cuts back inside. Flag is out. Niebergall is tackled after a gain of about 3 yards.
I didn't see any kind of flag on the tackle, so I can only assume it was a blocking foul.
I would assume this is going to be a hold here. That is indeed the call. So that'll back him up here. Back to about the 34-yard line, so only a 5-yard loss there. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Knights as they break the huddle. Snap to Behrens, looking left, fires deep left side, has a man.
Ooh, not sure if I agree with that call. Not a lot of contact, but ref feels like he saw something. And
Might
that's
have
going to be a
seen the
big time
jersey
penalty.
tug. That's Behrens looking in Niebergall's direction, going after Peyton Schelling.
Good coverage by the sophomore corner, but I think just a little too much contact. And if they see any kind of jersey tug or anything, they're going to throw that every time.
Great job by Niebergall to draw that penalty, and it'll be the 1st down for the Knights. They'll be on their own 49.
Luckily, unlike the pros, I mean, it's not a spot foul. It's only 15. I mean, if it was a spot foul, they'd be in really good shape as far as field position.
Yeah, and the ref was signaling to the sideline that was a jersey tug that merited that pass interference there. Nonetheless, hand off up the middle to Scott. He's drug around. I believe that's Castillo. And Rylan Cooper in on that tackle as well.
Good coverage. I mean, with the Panthers' defensive scheme and as a former D lineman, I mean, hey, 1 yard, that is perfect coverage.
Yeah. Ball sitting right at the 50, right by that beautiful Panther paw, courtesy of our grounds crew. Shout out to them.
Best in the nation.
Yes, sir. Little motion here from ICAM. Motion again from Niebergall. Hand off to Niebergall and a jet sweep looking right. Cuts it back up. He's got about 8 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and 1. He's down to the Panther 43-yard line.
Good blocking up front by Union. I saw a couple Panther bodies hit the ground and opened up a nice hole for Niebergall there and brings up a 3rd and short here.
It'll be a 3rd down and 2 here for the Union offense and a big 3rd down. But I would think 4-down territory here.
Oh, for sure. Down 15. You got to go for it.
A little read option. Barron's finding some space before he's tackled.
Not going to need to go for it. Brings up 1st down, but once again, good blocking. And the Panther defensive line is going to have to try and find something and slow down because they're going more hurry up now. Trying to tire them out. And hopefully they can come up with a big play and slow the momentum.
4-yard gain brings up 1st and 10 now for the Knights. Ball resting at the 38-yard line of the Panthers. As the clock ticks down to 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here. Knights on the move. Behrens takes the snap. Roll out left side. Feels pressure. Fires over the middle. That's caught. And a good job of tackling there in the secondary. Don't know who that's caught. Is that 40? That is 40. Gibson Purdy, the senior.
Gibson Purdy.
And it's about 10 yards. They're going to take a timeout for measurement here.
Gibson Purdy only 15 receptions on the year, but came up big on that one. Nice gain.
Yeah, he's their 4th leading receiver, though.
4th leading receiver for terms of yards. But, I mean, it's mostly gone through Niebergall and ICAMP, so you've seen it a couple times today. Going through his 3rd and 4th targets here.
We have $1 pizza and $1.50 hot dogs at the concession stand.
$1 pizza. I might have to go cop some of that.
Maybe at the quarter break.
I think they'll be closed by then. Oh, man.
That's unfortunate. Pizza courtesy of Diamond Pie, right?
Yes, sir. So they're going to call it short. It'll be 2nd and 1, a short one,
It was a good pass by Barons there.
Yeah, right on the money.
Even under pressure, showed some good patience, good rhythm there, and see if that can continue.
Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Designed to roll out right side. Fires to the right. It's caught. Niebergall, the 10-yard line, makes a move. Tackled eventually by Caleb Sauser, but not before he reaches the 7, but it's all for naught.
Going to be called back, but Barons has looked more into a rhythm than he has earlier. He's had a couple nice throws, and that one was a good ball on the run. So seems to maybe be finally settling in here as the third quarter comes to a close.
Yeah, that's a dangerous proposition for any defense.
Any defense, if the quarterback with an arm like his kind of starts settling in. It's been a longer drive for the Union Knights, 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see in the end if that comes back to hurt him or not, you know?
Especially in a shootout like this where the defense has been struggling to get stops. I mean, especially as of late, they need a little more time.
Straight drop here for Barons. Fires left side and caught. I believe that's Niebergall over there on the corner. Pushed out of bounds
So it looks like it's a little short of the first down.
by Peyton Schilling there. The head ref wanted to call first down, I believe, there, but it's going to be about 3rd and 1.
And another
It
good
might
ball
be 4th down, actually.
another good ball there by Barons. Kind of settling in. Good ball, a little pressure coming towards him.
It'll be 3rd down and 2.
It was only a matter of time until a guy with his kind of an arm started to find a rhythm.
3rd and 2. I would expect this to be a QB power to the right side here.
It's been tried and true this whole game.
QB power to the right side.
Fights for it.
Barons he wants that first down. And he'll have enough for it after a gain of about 3 yards down to the 25-yard line.
Both quarterbacks just putting the shoulder down and getting what they can, and that's good, tough running. That's Iowa high school football running right there.
It certainly is. So Union now in business, 1st and 10 on the 25 of the Panthers. They got trio left. Running back to the left side. Barons in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Quick fire outside to Niebergall on a screen. Trying to find some room, and he does. It's a foot race to the end zone.
It'll be a little short at the 1 or so, it looks like.
Michael Niebergall showing a burst of speed.
He's been the main target. They're trying to get it into his hands on this drive, and he's been backing up that theory. He's been making big plays this whole drive.
That was a 23-yard pass in about 2 seconds, it felt like. He was shot out of a cannon.
It was a page out of the Panthers playbook.
QB sneak, and that's going to be easy money there.
Caps
As
off a long
Grant
touchdown
Barons able to get in for the touchdown, and all of a sudden, what do you do here on 2-point conversion? You play
well,
or do you try and kick it?
I think you kick it here.
I think you do as well.
I think you got to at least keep
you
it.
play for you play for the last.
Play for the last possession. I mean, if you don't get the 2-point conversion here, I mean, then you're down 2 scores.
Still,
you need to keep it a 1-possession game.
I agree with that. But nonetheless,
looks like they're going to go for it. Try to get it within 7 points here. I think in quarterback power.
Barons, quarterback power left, right up the middle, and he is
in. Looks
in.
like it.
So we got a 7-point ball game here at Dean Nelson Field.
Gutsy call by the Union Knights comes through clutch.
Hey, they went back to Old Faithful. The QB power, fake the handoff, get yards. 34-27. We got drive stats for that, sir?
Drive stats for that drive via our stat wrangler, Ben Oswald. A little over 4.5 minutes-ish drive. 4 minutes 38-second drive. 69 yards, 26 on the ground, and 43 through the air. I think all 43 were to Niebergall. Has showed kind of how electric he is once he gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be really interesting to see how the Panthers respond to this. I mean, if you're the Panthers, do you continue to keep it on the ground, or do you try to match an air attack with an air attack?
I think the Panthers have Panthers and the Knights really switched styles from what I thought we would see in the second half. I thought the Panthers would try and protect their offensive, their lead, I guess I should say, take up some time ended up with a 40-yard rush. Score quickly off after a 40-yard rush. I'm not going to complain about that. Neither is anyone on that sideline.
Oh no, for sure.
But you got to start thinking about chewing some clock. This drive has to take up at least the rest of the third quarter if you're the Panthers.
Yeah, it's been a very balanced attack for the Panthers today. 161 rushing yards, 184 receiving yards through the air, and it's just something that you don't always see from the Panthers. But I think this year they've been trying to go more towards balance and less air raid.
Right, and for Union, they're not out of this by a long shot.
Oh no, it's a one-score game. All they need is a timely stop. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Sometimes all you need is the ball last or a timely stop to win.
Right. Or even just send it to overtime.
Anything can happen in overtime.
That's facts. That's why we love it.
It's free football.
That's what I was just going to say. Kickoff provided by Ruzika. Return there.
Oh, where the flag flew looks like it's going to be on the return team,
Holding,
and it is
I
holding.
guess.
Holding on the Panthers, so that'll push him back a little bit.
Otherwise, a good return from Sauser
I think that was Peterson, actually.
or Peterson. We're far away, and they both have black sleeves on.
Yeah, and their numbers are
Very similar.
very similar. Everyone looks the same from up here, I'm not going to lie. So 1st and 10 Panthers, 2 receivers left and right for Reese with Cooper in the backfield. Design QB run to the near side. Reese into the clear. Reese trying to stay on his feet. Takes 2 defenders to drag him down. But not until he gets to the 40, the 39-yard line. That is a run and a half.
He has been nearly unstoppable tonight and just has a will to not go down.
This Panther offense just imposing their will now. This line really getting a good push. And there, Reese has another carry for about 4 yards, I'm going to say.
Around that, I think the Panthers stick to the ground game here. I mean, they're cracking off a little over 7 yards a pop here. I think you stick to the ground, keep giving it to Reese, and let him make plays. It's been working all night.
And go to the pass immediately after Graham says, stick to the ground. Sauser able to pick up the first down now.
Well, if the corners refuse to come up and play tighter coverage, I think having
Take the first down.
having that nice 5-6 yard hitch is going to be a very nice pairing for the quarterback powers that we've been running all night.
I agree as well. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 27. QB power to the right side here. Reese running hard.
Beautiful.
Go ahead. Oh, thank you. He's got about a 4 or 5 yard gain there. Go for it.
Beautiful block by Lucas Barticek there. Right tackle just kicked that D end outside and opened up a beautiful hole in the C gap there.
That's textbook right there.
Textbook zone running.
Snap to Reese. Run left side. Running through defenders. And finally tackled at about the 14-yard line after about a 9-yard gain. The Panthers running some hurry up. With 8 seconds left, they're just going to let this one go to the 4th quarter.
And I think the story of this quarter has been, running the football and then line play. Line has been getting good pushes on both sides of the ball, and they've been able to run the ball very efficiently. However, for Union, with their defense struggling to get stops, that run-heavy attack might have to be abandoned because of how much clock it could waste. Or not waste, but use up.
Yeah, I agree. It's the money quarter now. They say 3rd down's the money down. It's time to see what you're made of here in the 4th quarter. It's district football. Survive and advance. Nothing better than this right
No, nothing better. Panthers still dominating total offense. See, funny stat. Knights have over 7 minutes more time of possession, yet over 200 yards less total offense, and are still only down 7. They're still in this game.
They are very much in this game. They just need one stop. It starts with one play, one big play. And, in baseball, they say a bloop and a blast. Football, you get a stop and a score, and it's, you're back in there.
And ever since that first quarter with a couple of turnovers, it's been a relatively, clean played football game. Not a lot of mistakes. And then especially in this 4th quarter, the money quarter, you got to avoid mistakes at all costs because one little errant throw or maybe being a little too careless with the football could lead to very bad consequences for your team.
Yeah, even on defense, you try and jump a route, you try and do too much.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stay within yourself as well. So we start the quarter 1st and 10 for the Panthers. run with Reese here. We got a flag. Looks like it's going to be a hold.
Looks like it.
We get the deep sigh from Ben Oswald. That means he's
Not happy about it.
Well, I have to scroll over to plug
it's
it
not
in.
going to be a hold. It's going to be a different call. Illegal formation or a false start.
Looks like looks like. I mean, which is better than a hold. If you're gonna have a penalty
it's
on
only
you,
5
it's better than a
yards.
hold, 5 rather than 10.
So that last play does not count.
Now, if you're the Panthers, do you kind of go to the air and try to get a chunk, or do you think you just keep ground and pound here?
Nah, just keep running.
I think you go ground and pound. I mean, you're averaging 7.2 yards a carry. Most of that at quarterback power, so
right.
just keep running them, and he'll probably eventually get you a first down.
We haven't seen a lot of Rylan Cooper tonight. Saw a couple read options as Reese carries to the right side for a no gain.
Well covered there by Union. Just as we were saying, Panthers averaging a little over 7 yards a carry. They come up with a
Stuff
nice
'em
stop,
cold.
which can really throw a wrench into an offensive game plan. So maybe you were thinking a little more second and 10-ish or so, and now you got second and 15. So maybe they go back to the air here.
Yeah, something to watch. Number 55, Dakota
Takes
a
a
ball
shot.
to the end zone, caught by Sauser, and that's a touchdown Panthers.
Absolutely textbook footwork and a beautiful
my
throw by Preston
gosh.
Reese.
What a ball.
Sauser getting just 1 foot, dragging the toe, and a textbook beautiful throw to the back of the end zone by Preston Reese.
Drop it in the bucket, sir. I have no idea how many yards that was, Ben.
I think it was, they were on like the 15. Yeah, say around 20.
But
Puts you up
Castillo to
14
attempt.
if they make the PAT.
Kick is up.
Good. Good operation all around.
41-27 is your score with 11:10 to play here in the fourth. And we've been talking about him all day, but Caleb Sauser coming up big here in this fourth quarter for the Panthers.
Yeah, drive stats for that drive. Do we have them yet, Benny?
We should.
All right.
There they are.
Drive stats, 2 minutes, 15 seconds, 83 yards, 54 of them on the ground, and 29 through the air. 2 receptions for Caleb Sauser, one of them for a touchdown. And Panthers are rolling. And I think we were talking about earlier today about how a run game can really open up a pass game, because the Panthers were cracking off 6-7 yards almost every run play, and eventually you have to kind of respect that and have the corners maybe come up and play in the run and allow Sauser to just burn them deep.
Yeah, Coach Wilson finally got that matchup he wanted on that backside. Those receivers may have started creeping up there. And that's exactly what he wants. And he hit you over the top for that touchdown, and just great play all around there from the Panthers. I'm trying to find Caleb Sauser's stats.
Yeah, I'm looking for him too.
I currently lack the brain power to do it.
Here we go. Maybe it's the defense.
So it'll be Castillo to kick off for the Panthers here.
Caleb Sauser has 12 receptions for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. Only other receiver with a reception is Tate Peterson with 2.
Oh, he
drops the ball.
Left kickoff.
And the Panthers
Still gets
carry
quite a
someone for a
bit.
yard.
Castillo looks hurt, though.
That's never good coming from your kicker holding his leg.
That's never good. Looks like he might just be cramping.
Yeah, it looks like one of the Union players kind of knows what he's going through there.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say before that touchdown was Dakota Marvitz, who was that player stretching out Castillo, who we appreciate you, sir. Nothing,
So that's sportsmanship right there.
Yes, it is.
There's never a time for bad sportsmanship, but there's
No.
always a time for stuff
Good.
like that. We
Exactly.
appreciate it. But he wasn't in on that touchdown play, and I was about to say that. He's a difference maker on that defense. And
Oh, for sure.
I don't know what he was doing, but I saw him run over on the sideline there. So he's trying to get back in the game, but one play too late there.
He's been flying around on defense for the Union Knights, and I mean, on that play, maybe he would have been the one to stop Reese or whatever, but he wasn't on the field, and score stands 41-27 right now. So
Right, those are some things that stick with you, but you do what you can.
So, what do you think the keys are for the Panthers here on defense? What would you want to see from your defense if you were Coach Kite?
Just it's always the bend but don't break.
I think you just
Take up some time. If they take time, it's not the worst thing in the world. If they take time and get a touchdown, also not the worst thing in the world.
your offense has been
You know?
rolling so far, but I think you don't want to get burned over the top. They've done a great job not getting burnt on the deep routes. They've been staying home, reading their keys well, and gang tackling.
Right.
One of our keys to the game, gang tackling and not letting those players get in open space one-on-one, and it's been very effective for the Panthers, and they've been doing really well.
Yeah, it really has, and it's it's definitely a big part of defense, especially in high school. You get those big time players, and they'll make big time plays. We saw it with Niebergall down there near the end zone last possession. He had a 21-yard catch on a screen pass. We've seen it with Sauser multiple times this game. He's had screen passes that go for big gainers, but it's we'll see what this Union offense can do here. So they tend to Castillo still.
Yeah, a big part of the rest of this game will be the big plays because we're basically in shootout territory already. And when you get to a shootout, it's which offense is more comfortable and more capable to make those big plays to maintain or get the lead. And it's just a matter of which defense could maybe give up more of them. It's you want to take as much time off the clock on offense and defense if you're Monticello.
As weird as it sounds to say, it's usually the defense that can make the stop that wins the shootout games. As Castillo is back on his feet.
Maybe not.
I don't know. We're not going to speculate.
Nope. All right. 1st and 10 for the Union Knights on their own 27-yard line. 41-27 your score. 11:03 left to go in the fourth.
Wow, Graham, you just no mercy. Just kind of went back into that.
Sped through it.
So Union takes over here. Little motion from Icamp. Snap to Barons. Fake handoff. Pass immediately to Icamp. One-on-one. Shakes a tackler. Up the sideline, and he's up to about the 39-yard line. Good looking play there. They've been running that motion all day long. Icamp lost a shoe there. We're going to have a first down. A.J. Phelps in on that tackle. Like I was saying, they've been running that motion all day long. Icamp to the other side, and then they hit you with the quick pass off of it, and Icamp able to make a man miss.
They've been running passes, jet sweeps and powers off that motion. Kind of reminds me of what the Rams do in the NFL. A lot of motion out of the same look and makes the defense guess.
Barron's pass complete to the outside. I believe that's Niebergall who completed that. Good tackle there on the outside.
Good tackle.
Schilling able to make that tackle.
They're cracking off about 10 yards of play here. And
yeah, 2 10-yard plays back to back.
Maybe yet to have a second down this drive.
Very good stat there, Ben. But it'd be interesting to see if they can continue this or if the Panther defense can kind of wall up here.
Handoff now. That is Jordan Fisher. He's got about 10 yards.
Moving the ball both through the air and on the ground. A really balanced attack so far this
Be
drive.
enough for a first down. And, yeah, like you said, they're really getting it done on both facets of the game here. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights. Maybe on the Panther 41.
Maybe Coach Kite had a little talk with his defense like, hey, just keep everyone in front of you. Like, we can let them kind of march here, but just don't get toasted. Maybe they're hanging back a little more than they usually would, playing a little more reserved. Which
I don't think they are. A little reverse here to Niebergall. He's got some room. Tries to hurdle a defender, and he's got about 7 yards down to the Panther 34-yard line. 33, I believe, is where they'll mark him. So it'll be 2nd and 3. Union really going into the bag of tricks there. I like it. They've been running a lot of that jet motion and hit you with the reverse. Snap to Barons. QB power once again. Barons running through tacklers. Gets to the second level.
Kind of a WWE style takedown tackle. at the end of that play there.
So
But-
the Knights just moving the ball with ease right now.
This stout Panthers defense is getting blown up at the line of scrimmage and just kind of getting thrown around this drive. Maybe they can wall up in the red zone like the Union defense did in that first half.
We'll see how it goes here. Trio left, empty backfield for Barons. Barons takes the snap, rolls right, surveys,
play.
surveys, fires deep, intercepted. That's Tate Peterson with the interception, and he'll kneel it for a touchback.
That is an errant throw.
You can't have that in a two-possession game.
2-possession district game
In the fourth quarter.
in the
And-
fourth quarter. I mean, you've been moving the ball really well. You can't throw a jump ball with a safety that's going to hawk it down like Peterson back there. That's just a mistake. And
He had the mismatch. He had Rosauer. He had the height advantage there. Rosauer just not able to turn around and make the adjustment to the ball.
didn't account for the safety.
And Schilling able to snag it. Or not Schilling. Peterson able to snag it. As Reese takes the first down carry. The pile's still moving. I went from about a 1-yard gain to we have a illegal procedure. It won't matter anyway.
Well, I mean, we were talking about it at the beginning of the quarter, like right before it. I mean, this game might come down to who's going to make the mistake, and that might be the mistake that costs Union the game. I mean, it's yet to be seen. There's a lot of football left to be played, but that could come back to bite them. Looks like Castillo's back up.
So the Panther offense will be backed up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line here. Two receivers left and right for Reese. Straight drop. Looks near side. The ball looked like it sailed a little bit. Ends up on the track on this near side here.
I like that play call on 1st and 15. You know, give Sauser a chance to make a play. He's been making plays all night, and maybe make a 1st and 15 a little more manageable.
Those D-backs are creeping up.
They're finally starting to come up after playing pretty deep.
Now Fisher's backing off. Run for Reese. Navigating that defense.
Strong running.
And he's able to get about almost 10 yards. We'll give him 9. Be 3rd down at about 6 for the Panthers here. This Union defense looking for a stop.
Big time down for the Union defense. They can get a stop here. That interception doesn't seem so costly. It's yet to be seen if it's going to pay dividends late for the Panthers.
Reese carrying left side, and he'll get tackled immediately. They'll give him a gain of about 2, but it'll be 4th and 4, and I have to expect.
Reese on the day has over 200 passing and rushing yards. So very efficient, very good day for him. Fantasy owners rejoicing.
Fantasy high school football, I guess.
I would
Cue
play it.
Graham Schneider talking about special teams. Anytime now.
I wasn't going to, Ben, but now that you mention it,
Oh, no.
This punt team, one punt for each team so far here today. Panthers.
good snap.
Reese able to get a line drive kickoff.
Gets a nice bounce.
That's a good Panther bounce there.
Yes, it is.
And it'll be down at about the 34-yard line by Connor Sauser. So with 7:11 left to play, that Knight offense looked good there in that last possession.
Yeah, but the defense came through. I mean, points off turnovers has been not great for the Panthers. I mean, they forced 3 turnovers, but yet only have 6 points off of them. So, I mean, that touchdown there would have been nice. Could have chewed up a lot of clock, but very minimal damage if you're the Knights. You get the ball in decent field position, and you have quite a bit of time left.
Yeah, 3 and out as well. You know, it's one thing to give up a big drive and then stop them and then they punt, but to get a 3 and out,
That's
a lot
huge.
less damage there.
Especially with a second down incompletion, which stopped the clock.
I camp with the motion. We got a offsides here.
That's the second one on Thomas, I think.
We're gonna have a sub here.
Offside against the Panthers.
And that's something you can't do in these close games, especially.
No, Owen Thomas plays with a lot of passion, a lot of heart. So, you know, get intense right over the ball, and sometimes just rearing to go, make a play.
Yeah, it's good to see your boys firing off, but can't give them free yards here.
No.
1st and 5 for the Knights. Takes the snap, rolls right, looking deep,
Takes it.
has a man, and it's intercepted.
What a pick.
Incredible
Oh
ball
my
skills by
gosh.
Tate Peterson.
2 interceptions on 2 consecutive throws.
Wow.
Excellent ball skills by Tate Peterson, turning around, finding it after playing pretty much face guarding until the ball just got there. That is a textbook coverage by Tate
Great
Peterson
defense.
and a monster play in this game.
That thing just dropped right into his belly, and that's 4 picks for this Panther defense.
Looking like the Iowa Hawkeyes out here.
At least against Indiana.
Reese on the run to the left side, and he's got a gain of about 5. It'll be second down and 5 from there. So he's up to about the 31-yard line.
Little pile at the end there. Reese at the bottom of it.
Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining, 6:36 left to play.
And if you're the Panthers here, you got to think, let's keep it on the ground. Let's work this clock and just keep picking up first downs. Not try and get too fancy with it.
Maybe the occasional
Well,
screen to
Reese
The
drops
Sauer.
occasional
back,
deep shot.
Fires deep. He's got a man. That's Sauser just out of
Oh.
reach. And I mean just out of reach.
Wes Wilson never shied at taking a deep shot.
I like it.
I like the play.
The aggressive play calling,
Graham,
Sauser had him beat.
every time you said, I think they're just going to play conservative, they do the exact opposite of what you say.
I'm not quite Romo up here, but
Every time. I like it, though. I like the shot.
I do like the deep shot. I think now you keep it on the ground, though.
Trying to get them to jump. It's
So
3rd and
they're gonna
5. The
pass.
Panthers will take a timeout. That's a good timeout there. Try and get a free first down. Good job by the Union defense to stay disciplined and not jump there.
I've been really impressed so far today with the Panther offensive line.
Yeah, they've been doing a good
They've been
job.
playing a good game and protecting Reese when he's dropping back to pass, and then they've been getting good pushes all night on run plays. So, shout out to the big guys up front, putting in the work.
Especially in the second half. First half, there were a
Especially.
couple drives where it kind of looked a little shaky, but we saw what Preston and the offense were able to do once they were getting those good pushes, good blocks. This offense, when the line is doing what they want them to do, it's pretty hard to stop.
They've been just asserting their will at the line of scrimmage, and it's been fun to watch as a Panther fan. You must love what you've been seeing out of these guys, and hoping they can keep it up and throughout October and hopefully in November.
Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning. Both teams, they have the big back in the cold, and those big guys up front. If you can start moving people, that secondary is not going to want to come up and hit you for very long.
Weather gets cold or everything starts to hurt a little bit more, and a big hard runner like Reese is just going to suck to try to take
Reese
down.
fires to Peterson. Peterson's got it. Trying to make people miss on the outside, and he's finally stood up there at the 44-yard line.
It was a beautiful route by Peterson. Got tons of separation, and then able to make the back shoulder catch and get yards after it. It was just a textbook play from the receiver, from the junior receiver. He was a sophomore last year.
Yes.
When I graduated.
Reese, power to the right. Runs through a couple tackles before he's tackled out of bounds at about the 49-yard line.
Great block by Rylan Cooper there. Linebacker shot through the gap, and Cooper took one to the chin, but allowed Preston to get to the outside and make a good gain.
Hey, that's been Ryland's game all year. I respect it.
Does the little things.
That's facts. He's
That's-
getting those blocks. He's putting in the work. It's 2nd and 3 for the Panthers.
Winning football.
Reese, a hard hit there at about the first down line.
Looks like he might have picked it up.
It's a great tackle. Who was that who made that hit? Number 40.
Number 40, Gibson Purdy.
Gibson
senior
Purdy
linebacker.
on the tackle, as well as Dakota Marvitz. Purdy made the initial hit. That's a good-looking pop right there.
That's textbook.
It'll be first down Panthers, though, from
powerful
the Union
runner.
Knight 46.
Powerful runner like Reese, got to take him out low and just smoke him. That was a good hit.
Reese takes the snap. Play action. Looking deep right side once again for Sauser. In and out of the hands of Sauser, and that's one he'd like to have back.
A cold game like this, those are tough to catch, but obviously one you're going to want to have back.
Sauser already having a great game. Could have added on there.
Yeah, Sauser's been the go-to target all night. Him and Peterson. I mean, Peterson's got a couple of catches mixed in there, but The Panthers need a completion. Kind of know who he's looking for.
Yeah, I said it earlier. It'd be interesting to gauge the depth of those D-backs as the game went on. They started to creep up, and Coach Wilson taking his shots over the top. Now he's going to go back to the short game, and that ball
Skips to him.
looked like he was going to go to Peterson and then try to change it halfway through the throwing motion. And from experience, that's never a great idea.
No, stick with it for better or for worse.
No,
Yeah, sometimes.
incomplete better than a pick.
That's true. That's true. It tells you what I know. I didn't play quarterback.
3rd and 10
I
for
was
the
a special
Panthers.
teams guy. You guys know this.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how we figured that out. Snap to Reese. Straight job. Looked like they're setting
Instant
up a
pressure.
screen. Sauser with some running room along that far side, but he's finally dragged down by Niebergall.
Dangerous pass.
Yeah, there was a man right there, but
I thought it might have been picked off, but
I said that made me scared just watching.
yeah, got off though, and I mean, big game for the Panthers. Probably puts Sauser over 200 yards receiving for the game, and
screens are the most timing-intensive plays
Yes.
in the world, and they are sketchier than sketchy.
if they do work, they can crack
They
off some
usually
big
work.
yards.
They're
work
so much
very
fun
well.
to watch if they work.
True.
1st and 10 Panthers. Back to the ground. Reese running to the far side. He's stacked up after a gain of about 3 yards down to the 20.
Ty Tallman comes into the game for Caleb Sauser.
Give him a breather. I like the idea.
Yeah, he's been doing
He's-
a lot.
he's had a monster game.
He deserves that breather.
Especially since you still have Peterson, and he's definitely
Yeah,
a
say,
threat.
if
I
they-
think this is fine.
Say if they're going to pass the ball, you're going to be looking towards 3.
Reese, the ball carrier. He's got almost enough for a first down to about the 13, 12-yard line. I can't even tell anymore. It'll be first down.
Panthers moving the ball very effectively on the ground here, chewing up a lot of clock. And you got to think if they put one more in the end zone here, you can kind of call it and
Yeah,
pretty much expected to win.
4:30 left to play here. 1st and 10 from the 12. Panthers just taking their time now. Reese takes the snap. Running right side. Cuts it up field.
Oh,
It looked like an awkward play there on the edge. Everybody's okay, which is good to see. Reese comes off now.
the baby's shaking up.
Looking at the hand, looks like Coach Wilson's probably going to take a timeout at the end of this play clock here.
Yeah, looking like it. Make sure he's okay. You're going to need him.
Yeah, that's one thing you gotta be careful of.
How much they use him, I mean, maybe take him out here if he's hurt. Don't want to risk anything.
And Carson Lambert's an athlete. It's not like you're instantly gonna
but
look horrible on offense if you put Carson in.
if
Yeah, we'll see what they
give the
what they
ball.
do as well.
I bet if they take Preston out, I bet they start running the ball with Cooper and take a field goal if
Yeah.
they can't score.
We'd like to thank our broadcast sponsors tonight, Above and Beyond, and Advantage Home Medical. They're committed to their customers and ensuring they get the supplies and services they need to stay safe and healthy. Welcome to the booth. We'd like to give a shout out to the cheerleaders. Doing a great job. It's cold.
As always.
Shout out to you. Major props. I would not want to do that right now. That'd be
doesn't look very fun.
Yeah,
pretty
it's super-
cold out there tonight.
super cold. Always doing a great job. Shout out to them. I'm Jeff Carlson. Graham Schneider here with me. Ben Oswald way in the back. Oh,
Sorry,
there he
guys.
is. You hear him every once in a while saying random stats and such like that. And Kim Carlson's doing your video. We'd like to thank Steve Carlson for doing the Stats Wrangler, as well as Dr. Yeager, Michael
Yeagle.
Robertson, Tim Lambert, Kim Carlson, and
Preston's
the
in,
Monticello
isn't he?
Booster Club
Yeah, Reese back in the game.
for setting this whole thing up. Yes, Reese back in the game. Takes a snap, drops back, looking over the middle, fires to the back.
Ooh,
And
can't hang on. Peterson couldn't quite
in and
hang
out of
on
the
there.
hands. Looked like Peterson was
Had him.
He was running all alone there, and Reese puts it just out of reach. Peterson almost made a great play on that ball.
Almost. He's been super reliable, when they need him. He's able to get open on pretty much just about anybody, and
Facts.
he's a very clutch performer.
Temperatures have now dipped to 37 degrees.
Under 40 here, very brisk.
Hand off to Peterson. A little reverse.
Into the bag of tricks.
Sauser running with it. Slips down.
Turf Monster gets him right there.
It'll be 4th down and 10 here for the Panthers. And with Castillo hurt,
Yeah, I got dinged. He got a little.
what are we thinking here?
Depends on how Castillo is, because I think he's standing up on the sideline.
Union's
He's
going
been
to take a
walking.
timeout.
He's been walking around, but from what I can see from the Panthers, they're not going to bring him out there, and
I mean, even if you turn this ball over,
they're at the 12-yard line.
Yeah.
With 3 minutes, and they need
if
two
you,
scores.
if you just kneel this ball, they're at the 12-yard line.
They need 2 scores in 3 minutes, and the way that your defense has been playing, I think you trust them. I mean,
I think you do too.
this half they've allowed 8 points. I mean, you trust their defense in this situation.
Let them make a play, and then let them work. And that's what they've done this half. 2 takeaways.
2 takeaways, 4 picks on the game. I mean, they've been making plays, flying around the field in traditional Coach Kite defense fashion. Put them in a position, let them make plays.
Barron's doubled his pick count on the year. That's nothing. I know the feeling. Never good. Not good at all.
Jeff, I thought you were a phenomenal quarterback for us.
I was not, but such is life.
How many passing records do you have, Jeff?
Yeah, that's the question.
About to be 0 after Reese is done being here, which is good.
Yeah.
You
You like to see
it.
others
Records are,
succeed.
as
That's
Ron
facts.
Schneider once said, records are meant to be broken.
So 4th and 10 for the Panthers now.
Throw the
Snap
ball.
to Reese. Looking end zone. Fires. Caught. Caleb Sauser, I believe that is. Maybe Peterson.
Get the first down, and they're mark him short.
And they're going to mark him short. I don't know who that was. Can't tell. It's going to be Peterson. He was fighting for that extra yard.
Couldn't get him. Defense comes on the field.
So the Knights will take over. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 4, and you got to go 96 yards. And 96 yards here. 3 minutes left to play, and if anyone can do it, it's this Knights offense.
Well, can't think of a name. Grant Barons. My bad. Grant Barons, on the year, he's been slinging the rock around. A couple plays that let him kind of work here.
Niebergall's got a 91-yard touchdown. Don't count him out just yet. Barons throws that one into the ground.
Smart play. Just keep it out of harm's way. Live to fight another day.
Especially
Right.
since you're about to be hit.
Exactly. Don't take unnecessary hits. And
Don't throw unnecessary balls. He has
Exactly.
4 picks for a reason.
Easy, Ben.
I'm not trying to sound mean. I'm just saying that if he is pressured, then he's more likely to throw a bad pass.
Right, and that's been a big I don't know, asterisk in this game as the Panthers have gotten good pressure on
they
that.
have. Out of a 3 front, that's impressive. Testament to the defensive line and the linebackers.
Roll out. Pass completed. That's Niebergall.
Great tackle on the left side there.
With Schilling.
By Schilling. Great low tackle, keeping him in bounds. Clock's going to wind.
Looks like he was shooting the legs for a double leg takedown there.
Reminds me of a Tyler Lensman-esque tackle.
Yeah, that was a good tackle. Quick pass here from Barons. They get about a yard.
Looks like they stay in bounds, you get out.
I think he got out. I think that was the whole pass of that, or point of that.
Yeah, get a yard and get out.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 20-yard line. 2:40 left to play here in the 4th. Still just a 14-point game. Score quick and
You never know.
anything can happen.
One of the great Ronisms of my life is I've seen sicker dogs get well, but
I've said that many times on this broadcast.
it's been a long time since I've seen one this sick get well, but you never know.
The Packers scuffed a win against the Seahawks like this.
That's true.
Under pressure,
that's
Barons is sacked.
that's gonna make it a lot harder. Preston Reese.
Reese gets the sack. And the Knights are going to take their timeout. 2:30 left to play here in the 4th. That was a loss of a lot. I'll get you the exact number here once your screen updates, but you'll love to see it. A loss of 9 there on that sack by Preston Reese. But what a great game we've watched. What a great game. Both teams, both sides of the ball. Impeccable. Yeah, I think you do too, Graham. He's had a great game. He's played both sides of the ball tremendously well. And you just protect your players here. I wouldn't be surprised to see here if Graham, people can hear you whispering into the mic. I just want you to know.
Oh, I thought it was still off. My bad.
Oh, you might.
I'm
you
new
might
to
have,
this.
You might have been muted. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
Test.
Graham, I
I
don't
was
think
on.
you're muted.
I was on. Whoopsie. My bad. Sorry, it's my first day. I'm a filler.
Hey, he's doing better than Ben when he unmuted me there.
Okay, that is. I apologize.
We're not
We're just-
quite
we're
professional
just-
grade up here, but
We're
we
just
do our
messing with you.
best.
We appreciate y'all tuning
Jeff,
in.
have a short memory, please.
Barron's dropping back.
Looking deep.
He has time.
Runs out of time.
But he did
He'll
get
run
out of bounds.
Brings a fourth down.
It'll be fourth down at about 9.
Fourth down.
Rylan Cooper bringing the pressure there. So the game is effectively over if this play doesn't go.
Effectively. I mean, they only have one timeout left, and you can practically just take some knees and turn it over, and there's your ball game.
So Barron's now in shotgun for the Knights. Takes the snap. Roll out left. Looking, fires. Caught.
First down.
Completed. That's ICAM. And they got enough for a first down. So we still got ourselves a game.
You know, one blown coverage could let them right back in.
2:10 left to play here.
Panthers defense has been stout, though.
Roll out. Fire to the left side. And that's caught by Roseauer, but slipping on the play.
You got to think Kite's telling his defense, you know, just don't get beat. Keep everything in front of you and in bounds, and just don't get beat.
We're under
Deep
2
by
minutes
something.
here. 2nd and 1. Snap to Barons. Has time initially. Evades a tackle. Fires deep over the middle. Caught by Niebergall.
In bounds, maybe.
And that's down to the Panther 26-yard line. A good ball. A great ball. And a good catch by Niebergall.
I think we've all been kind of waiting for him to bring that out tonight. You
They
know,
finally connect.
let him get into a rhythm. And
So the Knights able to convert in a big way there.
big time passing play. I mean, it's Barons to Niebergall. I mean, that's been the recipe for success for them all year, and they're gonna try to probably go back to that as they try to score here.
Barons drops back under intense pressure, running it now, and he's able to get out of bounds after a good gain there. 1:29 left to play in the game. Gains 8, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
They're marching, but Panthers in more of a prevent set kind of here, as you usually do.
That
in this
offense has looked
situation.
good on this drive, though. They've put it together when they needed to. 1:29 left to play in the 4th. 2nd and 2. Ball on the 18-yard line. Snap to Barons. Fakes the handoff, low play action. Under pressure, fires, near side, caught. Evading a tackler and getting out of bounds. That's Roseauer. Thought he might have had a shot at the end zone, but he was a little farther away than I thought. He's down at the 5-yard line out of bounds. 1:21 left to play. And this passing attack looking good now.
Has been. Connor Sauser, I think, got beat a little bit there, but has the speed to hawk him down to make the tackle. But relatively quick drive, and that's what they need. No touchdown, onside kick, anything could happen.
Barron's making good throws on time. QB power here.
Recipe for success all game, but gets swallowed up.
Gain about 3 on the play. Got a timeout. by the Knights. And that will be their second, nope, their last
That's their
timeout.
final timeout. So
1:11 remaining. It ain't over till it's over.
I mean, you assume that they're probably going to punch it in sometime here. And if you're the Panthers, I mean, just hop on it on the onside kick and take a knee, get out of here.
2nd and 2 on the 2. Oh, man. We got ourselves a game, Graham.
Oh, crazier things have happened.
We've had ourselves a game all game, but let me tell you, this is a good one.
I mean, all comes down to crunch time. I mean, and even if they do get the onside kick, can they punch it in the time slot? I mean,
Right.
The clock will be running and it won't stop unless they get out of bounds. I mean, crazier things have happened in football, but I trust the Panthers. They're a pretty fundamental team, and hopefully they can hop on it.
I'm just excited. This is what district playoff football is all about.
I mean, district playoff football, I mean, it's the crazy atmosphere. I mean,
Usually you see a lot of blowouts, but this game,
it's been tight.
it's been all it's lived up to be.
Union, I mean, feels like they've been dominated most of the game, but
QB power right up the middle. That's what I'm calling right here.
the jet sweep.
There it is. No way they call the jet sweep.
Uh-oh.
Ebergall
In trouble.
tackled by Owen Thomas.
That is not a comfortable position to be in. As a big guy, big fella, all on top of you. The clock's going to run, so
It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 7. Under a minute left to play here in this game.
it's a monster play by Owen Thomas to track that down.
Snap to Behrens. Behrens looking. Finally throws over the middle, caught. And touchdown.
With 40 seconds remaining,
Behrens got
Never
absolutely
know.
leveled on that play.
I don't know who laid that hit, but Barron stood in there, took a shot.
That was 87, I believe, Logan Rosauer who caught that
Sophomore.
touchdown. I think. No promises. Someone caught that touchdown.
Someone did. Not sure who, but someone did.
Hey, the damage is done.
Damage is done.
So 39.7 seconds left. Snap back. The kick is up. And it's
good there,
but
but whistles.
we have a
before the
whistle.
play.
Is this going to be offsides? Offsides against the
They're
Panthers.
going to re-kick it.
Offside against the Panthers.
Are they going to re-kick it or are they going to go for 2? I would not go for 2 here. I'm kicking this ball 10 times out of 10.
Oh, you have to. I mean, you got to keep within 7 here. But I mean, if you're a kicker now, like who's already missed one today,
He just put that one through.
but just put that one through. I mean,
Don't think about it
no,
too much
yeah,
here.
don't think
Just
about it.
Head down, drive through. We got another one.
Looks like a false start this time, maybe.
Nope, same thing. They're just getting them close. Now, how do you go for 2?
I was thinking maybe a false start because he called for the ball, but people moved and they didn't snap it.
Right, they were watching the.
Illegal procedure, maybe, or maybe they're going for 2 now.
They're going for 2 now. They chuck the tee off the
Number
field.
68, Brock Razika, showing off the cannon, throwing the kicking block off the field.
Someone's got to go find that. Those things are hard to find.
Yeah, it's on the track. I can see it from here.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So they're going to go for 2 at about the 1-inch line.
I'm thinking quarterback power.
Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking. There it is.
Yep.
QB power, and he's
Yeah.
in.
6-point
my
ball
gosh.
game.
Buckle up, ladies and gents.
Most exciting play in football about to come in. Onside kick.
39.7 seconds of action left.
Anything can happen. This is playoff football. Anything can happen.
I'm excited. Can we get a scoring drive real quick, Grant?
Scoring drive update for the LaPorte City Union Knights. 2 minutes and 12 seconds, 50 total yards, 27 of them on the ground, 23 through the air. And, I mean, that's what you need. You're down 2 scores, and you needed a quick one, and at least give yourself a shot to recover an onside kick, right?
Yeah, that's all you want, you know. Like I said, the bloop and a blast, a score and a stop,
Been a blast.
or a score and an onside. That's football. That's why we love it.
Benny, you'd know this. What are the odds of getting an onside kick?
They are extremely small.
Put your mic by your face, please.
I did.
Like up near your mouth. There
My
you go.
apologies.
There you
Yeah, odds of recovering them are extremely small.
I think I saw something. In the
I'd like to
NFL, it was
brag
like
that
5%.
I'd like to brag that me and Ben converted. We were what 2 for 3 in our career.
Yes.
2
Going
for
into
3.
your senior year, our senior year, you were 2 for 2. But
And Ben had recovered both of them.
yes, I had.
Ben's an animal, man.
And then they took Ben off our hands to you.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, now you gotta. Who do you think they're gonna target on this onside? Who do you think they're gonna attack on this
I
hands
would
team?
go whichever side Niebergall's on. I don't think
give
they
your
will.
fastest guy a shot.
they're
to,
left.
They're definitely not going to. I think they're going to go far
kicking,
side.
I think they're kicking left. Yeah,
They're going to
They're
kick to
kicking
the right.
Kick right. Yeah, our left side. High kick.
Fair caught.
Good play.
Good
Sternhagen.
smart play by Sternhagen, calling for the fair catch, and
Beautifully done.
Panthers going to
Secure
walk
the
away from Dean Nelson Field tonight with a win and moving on to the Elite Eight, if you'd call it that, in the state tournament.
Catch. Yeah, it wasn't always pretty.
So, for Evan Manson, when was the last time Monticello won a playoff game?
I don't know. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but that's a big win for this team. And
You count last year?
Yeah, I say last year.
oh, yeah,
counts,
last
so
year. I guess last year does count.
Reese takes a knee.
Interesting shot. We're one of the only teams where you'll see a shotgun kneel.
It's not like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the shotgun kneel. But
I'm not a big fan of the shotgun kneel.
I mean,
but
when you can't do under center, that's what you got to do.
Panthers going to walk away with a 41-35.
This Panther
win.
team getting a standing ovation from the crowd here. Shout out to that Union team.
Put up a great fight.
Yes, they did.
I mean,
All those seniors, I know what you're going through.
you
We know what you're going through.
always feel bad for the seniors, especially now, especially if you've gone through it like we have. It's never easy.
You put up a great fight.
You got
Played a great game.
hold your head high. You fought brave. You fought really hard, and you can hang your head high on that game.
Congrats on a great season to the Union Knights. That was it was a good one. It's going to be one to remember. You know, it's always
Always is.
a good time playing with the boys out on Friday Night Lights.
Nothing like Friday Night Lights.
I will say it once again. Nothing like Friday Night Lights, baby.
Nothing like them.
It's survive and advance, and
It's Iowa playoff football, and there's nothing like it.
that's absolutely true. Oh man, congratulations to the Panthers. They're moving on.
Who do they play next?
I
Do
have
we
no
know?
idea who they play next.
A winner of.
I
one
believe
game.
this is the last Monticello Sports Live broadcast for the season. No?
We host next week.
I don't think we'll have a home game next week. Oh, we might.
Wait, we are number one in like the conference or whatever in the seeding, so we
I
might
have no
have
idea.
another one.
We'll speculate about that later. But welcome to the booth. Jeff Carlson, Graham Schneider, Ben Oswald. Kim Carlson was doing your video tonight. She'll be starting to tear everything down here as we give you your final stats. Graham, you want to give us some stats here?
Yeah, I was gonna look up the playoff bracket, but I can get you some stats real quick. Here we go. Total yards for the game: Panthers 504 total yards, 250 on through the air, and 250 on the ground, 254 on the air. So an extremely balanced attack for Monticello Panthers, which not always the case, but very effective tonight. For the LaPorte City Union Knights, 312 total yards of offense, 139 on the ground, and 173 through the air. I think the big story of the game was turnovers and who made the most mistakes. And in the end of the day, Union made the most mistakes and ended up walking away with an L.
Yeah, the Panthers able to capitalize when it mattered most. Niebergall had a great game as predicted. Barons as well had a great game on the ground. And, for the Panthers, Reese had an absolutely tremendous game after that first pick, able to bounce back, show some grit and some determination. And he was just able to have a great game overall after that first drive, first interception. As always, Caleb Sauser. A great night for Caleb Sauser. An absolute, I don't even know what to say. He does it every week. He really does. He does it every week. And that's why he's leading the state so far in passing yards, as we're looking for who we play. There it is.
Yeah, Panthers will be facing the winner of Comanche and Wallert.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting one to watch as well. I believe
we have a better
Did they
record
play
than both
Comanche
those
this
teams.
year?
Yeah, we beat Comanche
We
this
beat
year.
Comanche,
So if it's
so-
Comanche, we'll probably be back at home.
so. We might be here again. Either of you have any closing remarks?
Been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure.
Stay warm.
Stay warm.
Keep your stick on the
It's
ice.
37 degrees. All right, let's get our broadcast sponsors one more time. I'd like to thank Above and Beyond and Advantage Home Medical. They're open for business 9 to 4 daily, practicing safe social distancing and ready to assist in any way with a full range of medical equipment and supplies, from bandages and compression socks to walkers and lift chairs. If you're looking for a product they don't carry, they'll do their best to get it to you. They're still offering curbside pickup and, as always, free delivery within a 50-mile radius. Well, Graham, final score tonight, 41
35.
35.
Close to the end.
It was a good one. It was right down there to the end. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We hope to see you next time. This is Monticello Sports Live. Jeff Carlson, Graham Schneider, Ben Oswald saying so long, and we'll see you next time.